I'm Ryan Durbin from RD Ceramics, located in Highland Heights, Kentucky.
And I'm Becca Otis with Five Lines Pottery, and I'm located in Statesville, North Carolina. And welcome to Wheel Talk.
All right, we're live. Welcome back, everybody. Becca and I are with a guest. I heard the little giggle there.
You have the cutest giggle, by the way.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was great.
If you're gonna listen to this podcast, just listen to it for the giggle. Maybe not on double speed though, because it is a fast giggle. You
it'd
know what
be
I'm saying?
fast.
Like,
Yeah, it'd be
yeah.
quick.
Yeah, quick one. Laura, do you want to introduce yourself? Welcome.
Yes, hi. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm Laura Williams and hanging out today on the podcast.
How would you, what do you like to say about your work or, what you like to do?
Yeah, I make a lot of pinched pots, like illustrative pieces, deconstructed patterns, like deconstructed illustrations, and then also comics. And I put comics on pots, which is
Yeah, I
more
love the
recent.
comic ones. Seeing your
Yeah.
stuff at Click on West, I got to look at all the, because they have little sayings and they have little caricatures and illustrations and stuff. And then some are
Yeah.
more like abstract paintings on them.
Hmm.
Now that but what you all missed was that I am an asshole and was like, I've never met you in person, and we actually sat across from each other at dinner at Claycon West in Utah, or not Claycon West, at Ensika in Utah. So but now that I'm all recalling all of that, uh,
My hair
uh,
looks different.
your hair looks different. Uh,
Laura looks
Be
different,
fair,
is what Becca
I
said.
look different.
you look different. Now that I'm recalling all of that, your pieces were some of my favorite pieces of the
Oh,
of the like the group of people that were in there with us.
well,
So
thank you.
yeah, but I mean, like sometimes sometimes they're like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, they're very fun to like look at all the way around because like I know I was doing that at
Yeah.
ClayCon last year, and they have little. I think the one that I liked was there was one about my grandma. My grandma says my art is cute or so.
Quirky,
What was it?
quirky. It's quirky.
Quirky.
Yeah,
Quirky. Yeah.
she does because she's in the UK, so we Zoom all the time. And I'll show her my pieces, and she'll be like, "Oh, quirky,
Quirky.
quirky, isn't it?"
My mom would, one time my mom, here, I'll give you this. One time my mom said, I don't always understand your art, but I always appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
all you can really ask for.
Yeah.
She'll be like, "Oh,
Which
more hairy
honestly,
legs."
honestly, in college, I probably would have said the same thing. If it was me now, I would have been like, yeah, you're an idiot. But,
Yeah, I got a little piece. I want to grab it. I got a little piece from you at ClayCon. That's a little
oh,
L and L will appreciate this.
oh, is it a little kiln?
On the wheel. Yeah.
Oh,
They're so silly. Those were a fun side quest.
Yeah, it's a little kiln.
oh,
It's a little
that's
L and L.
adorable. I love it. It's so
And
cute.
there was a few different ones. There's different kiln bodies, and I think there's
Yeah,
some scut ones, and
it's
Is it
good.
purely like decorative? I like that it
Yeah,
is. Okay.
yeah,
yeah, it's just a
yeah.
I was like,
hollow.
good, it's not a jar.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Just a little sculpture, a
I
bite-sized
love that.
sculpture. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I got my first kiln 3 weeks ago.
Really?
Congrats. Which
Yes.
one?
It's a scut, I'm pretty
Uh-huh.
sure. And I was teaching at Automa, and they were upgrading, so they were getting a
Mm.
new, bigger
So
kiln.
you've got an old kiln.
Hmm.
Nice.
Kind of. I mean, it's still pretty. It was pretty good. And I was teaching with Andrew Linderman,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he like looked at it and he was like, "This is a good
Oh
kiln."
yeah.
And
Andrew knows
yeah,
his shit.
he
So
does.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're good on that.
So I'm very excited.
that's
Here's
great.
Super.
Your
something
first, so like your first kiln?
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
great.
I've always taught different places and just fired where I taught.
Yeah, well, totally. One thing I'm gonna give you some unsolicited kiln advice right now.
Yeah.
And because I believe that if Ryan would have done this the first time that he got his used kilns, he would have had a much better kiln life. When you go to replace the elements, replace
Hmm.
the first time, replace every single one of them, replace all the thermocouples, replace everything that you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Start
I
from
was
start
reacting. I
fresh.
was like, "Oh, this one broke. Let's replace the one that's
Yeah,
broken."
no.
Oh, I
Start
see.
fresh.
No,
Like,
yeah.
no, the
Yeah.
first time you have an issue,
Just
replace
do it.
everything.
Yep.
All your relays, all your elements, and your thermocouples.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Go
my
for it.
advice.
I don't think I've ever replaced a relay. I guess I
You're
don't
lucky if
really.
you haven't.
Yeah, I don't really. So I don't really know the symptoms of a messed up relay, but yeah,
Okay, so you know
Um,
what a relay does? Should we
it
have a little history
determines
class?
when the element should have power or not, right? It's like
Yeah,
what communicates
it
from the
turns the
board to
elements
the
on and
element.
off, on and off. So if you have a kiln that fires too hot, that's typically a relay.
Mm,
And if a kiln fires too low, it can be a relay.
mm,
So, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
wow,
So
wow. That's the
first
lights.
kiln. Congrats on the first kiln. What
Yeah,
size
thank
is
you.
it? Because I know sometimes people are like,
Oh,
"What
yeah.
size do I need when I start? You know, how much
Yeah,
work am I producing?"
this is an unsatisfactory answer, but it's like a medium sized. Like it's bigger
Okay,
than
so
the
it's
1028. I know
okay.
that.
1028.
Um,
I think or
it's
the
like
888. 1028.
it's a
1028.
little bit bigger.
It's
Yeah,
probably a 7.
Yeah.
let me look.
Is it about your height of your chest?
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
a 7.
Yep.
10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. A 7 series. That seems right.
Or
Like yeah, 7 cubic feet probably. But
yeah.
that is very exciting and such a good size.
That's a good size. I feel like you also produce like you're not low production. You're pretty
Yeah.
decent production, it seems like.
Yeah. I
Nice.
just now I can make it all at once, or and then just fire it with my parents in Rockford instead of just like sending little
Ah,
things through the kiln.
Oh yeah.
blessings, blessings.
Right?
This is great for you.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, and it's helpful. I have a couple of friends who are into like kiln repair is their full-time gig. So and they've
Yeah,
been
that's a
so
good.
helpful already,
It's
and
good to
they're
have
just like,
those
That's
connections.
it
good.
is,
It's
it's
good
good
to
to
have
have,
those
yeah, friends who know stuff.
Hmm.
for
It's pretty
sure.
intimidating. Like
It is a little
I
bit.
mean,
I mean,
you've been around kilns, so like you've
yeah, and I've
had
changed the
people do it
elements
for you and all that, but
once or twice, but I've always had somebody else with me. Like we did
It's
it
like
together.
changing the tire on your car, you know?
Yeah,
It's
which
like,
that I can comfortably do.
yeah, but
So,
like the first couple times, you're like, could you watch me?
yeah,
I've
yeah.
You
honestly
can't,
never
right?
done that.
Change the
I've
tire.
always had AAA, so I just call
I'm not
AAA.
surprised.
Yeah, it's called really. Yeah. No,
But
I have replaced tires a couple times.
I'll tell you this, Ryan, if you ever have to replace your tire, just make sure the car is on the ground when you loosen the lug nuts.
yeah, otherwise the tire's just gonna
It
spin,
just
right?
spins. That's
Actually,
a
I think
mistake
I
I
might have
did.
helped my brother at one point, or maybe I
Yeah,
watched him when he did it when we were teenagers or something, and or he was
Yeah.
trying to
yeah.
drive me somewhere, and he was like, "Oh, I got a flat tire. We gotta fix this." So might
Well,
have
I
done
feel
I
like
that.
hit it. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say I feel like the newer cars don't have spare tires anymore.
They have donuts.
They have donuts. Okay,
They
because
have
I had a
donuts.
donut on my Volkswagen, and it would like
Hmm.
fit under the
Yeah.
floor.
Most of them have donuts that fit
Okay.
under.
Yeah.
But you're right. And like, oh man, I'll tell you what, today is just wild. One time I was changing my tire in a gas station and I had the tire off and the new tire back on, the donut on, and then somebody finally came up and was like, do you need help? I'm like,
No,
no, go
no,
away.
no, I don't.
Like,
I don't need help.
Not now.
I did 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, 20 minutes
I'm
ago
good
would have
now.
been. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
mentioned Rockford. You're kind of you don't have a home base right now, but like where are you like quote unquote from, and like where are you now?
Yeah, well, my parents and I moved to Rockford from the UK when I was a kid.
Oh,
So I grew up mostly like at the state line near like Beloit in like a farm town called Roscoe, which is like outside of Rockford. And then I went to Madison for school, which is where we are now. And then lived in Chicago for like 8 years. So
is that
Okay.
kind of just,
Madison, Wisconsin?
yeah, Madison,
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Yeah.
Wisconsin. I was looking
Yeah.
up Rockford. It's not too. How far is that from Chicago? It looks like it's just outside, but like an
Yeah,
hour or
it's
so.
about an hour and a half, I think.
Hour and a
Yeah.
half. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about quick trips?
Love Quick Trip.
There you go.
Have
Did you
you
know their
had
butter
Quick
is
Trip's
cheaper?
burger? Okay, I did not know that, but have you had
They're
their burgers?
no.
Okay, well, they rip.
Have you had the Sheets? Have you had Sheets burgers? Have you been to Sheets?
What is Sheets?
Okay, when you come to the East Coast, the next time you come to the East Coast, go to a
Huh?
Sheets.
Okay.
They have great food.
Cool. And this is a
Very
gas
quick
station?
trippy.
Quick
Yes, very
trippy.
quick
Okay.
trippy.
Quick trip
Yeah,
coded. Yeah.
yeah,
I got
very quick trippy.
I got told I went to a quick trip that I used to go to in college and I asked them, I was like, hey, do you guys like still have frozen yogurt machines? And she was like, I worked here for 8 years and we've never had a frozen yogurt machine. Well, 11 years ago when I went to school there, they did. And I was just like,
Oh,
oh,
she
okay,
hasn't been
ouch.
there long enough.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
like, I'm
Only
sorry,
nine.
Froyo isn't cool anymore.
That's so funny. Yeah, I was at Quick Trip a couple years ago. Like I was at baby Andrew's house, and not Andrew Linderman because there's two Andrews that
There
are
are
potters.
some,
Andrew
and Andrew
Krieger.
Linderman is
Andrew
also in
Krieger.
Wisconsin,
Yes, it's a problem. There's a lot of Andrews in my life,
in Wisconsin.
and um and uh I was like, the butter is cheaper than the grocery store at Quick Trip. So that's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. And if you have a loyalty rewards card, sometimes you can get even more,
Yeah,
even
exactly.
more
Okay.
savings.
Crazy. I mean, I don't know if that's actually true, but it felt true at the time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
So
yeah.
Wisconsin's the best place to get butter. So,
because
True.
you're like you're on the road, you're living a nomadic life right now. How long have
yeah.
you been, for people that don't know, you're like traveling by RV and
Yeah.
trailer and all over
Yeah.
the country. How long you been doing that?
We've done that now for a year. It's like it'll be a year in July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've only done the West Coast. We drove, I think we put 18,000 miles on the truck last year.
Wow.
Yes, and we bought the truck so from a buddy who was like needing to get rid of it to upgrade. We put a new engine in it. My dad and I and my partner did, Peter. Um, and then we have had touch wood, um, pretty good luck with the car so far. It's a
Nice.
2014, so or
That's
2011.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a tank. It's a good truck. So
Mm-hmm.
didn't think I'd be a truck person, but here we are. I love that car.
Well, when you're pulling a big
Yeah,
trailer or
yeah,
Yeah.
RV, is it
yeah.
what is there a difference? I would call it an RV, but it's a trailer?
I
Trailer.
think they're both. Yeah. Oh, whoops. I think they're both. Yeah. I think trailer technically, but
An RV has an engine.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
like a Class C.
Yeah. So you're
Well, and
pulling this
even if
big
it,
trailer,
yeah.
like the truck has to be in good shape to be
Yeah.
able to
Yes.
haul that
Well, our
18,000 miles
house.
across the country.
Yes.
And is it a fifth wheel or is it a trailer? So is
Just a
it
trailer, not a
just
fifth
trailer?
wheel.
And
Yeah. It's
Ryan, a
19
difference
feet.
between a fifth wheel is that the truck is technically the fifth wheel. Like it like scoops over the
It's like
bed.
stabilized in the back of the bed, kind of.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. And then usually that's where the bedroom is, which is like up some little
Yeah.
stairs. It like kind of gives the illusion of like a multi-story house.
Oh,
They're
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're really nice. But then if you do that, you don't have the truck bed storage, which is like where I keep
Yeah.
all of my pottery
Yeah,
supplies.
that makes
And
sense.
oh, okay. I
Yeah,
was
that
wondering,
makes
like,
sense.
I mean, you've got
yeah,
storage and stuff in the trailer, but
not
like
really.
you're taking a lot of your like home storage away
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's
for all
all of
this
it is in
show
the
stuff.
bed of the truck. Yeah. And I just have like a tote that's all of my supplies. And I just try
Yeah.
to keep it as simple as I can.
Yeah.
Before before I long ago, I've always wanted to live nomadically at some point, right?
Hmm.
And probably, I think in like 2013, 2014, I was gonna buy a trailer and I wanted to get a toy hauler trailer
Cool.
and
Uh-huh. Huh?
convert the back into a
Yep. I had
studio.
the same thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A toy hauler like RV, like
Yeah.
ATVs and
Yes.
stuff.
So
Yeah,
it's
it's
like space
supposed
in the
to,
back,
yeah,
right, where you can put like your ATV or your golf cart or dirt
or a
bikes
studio.
or a studio. Yeah. Yes.
Because usually those are just kind of like shells that are pretty good sized space with like wood walls and stuff.
Yeah, there's
So
Yeah.
like they
you
usually
can
have like
just
a
really
living
build it
space
out.
on them. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like you live in the front part and then the back part has like space for your toys to haul your
Yeah.
toys, which in our
Mm.
case, our toys would be our studio.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
And I thought
Exactly.
this too until I like started backing up a 19-foot trailer and was like, oh, this is my limit, actually.
Oh,
I don't think I,
You could do it. You could do it. I
maybe
believe you.
now, yes. Yeah, now I could after a year of towing the 19-foot trailer, I think I could. But yeah, at first I
Okay,
was
how
intimidated.
scary is it like had you had experience driving something that long? Because I would be
Oh,
terrified driving something. I would be like I go down a street and I need to turn around because I'm like I took the wrong street.
yeah,
What
right.
do I do? And I would
You
just be
don't, what I
paralyzed.
do, my strategy is I don't turn around because three lefts make a right. So I will just like kind of find a way to keep going
Like
straight and
turn.
then turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I was thinking
anyway,
like pulling in on a dead end street or something like no
yeah, that
outlet and
hasn't
you're like,
happened yet.
"Oh shit."
I
Uh
know that you just have to back it up and like keep the your butt right.
ooh.
Right. Yeah. You'd be okay, but like I mean, again, Peter typically drives. Like he drives a lot more than I do. I've driven it I've driven it a few times and mostly like long distances, but like
When it's like straight shots, when you're driving
straight
high,
shots.
like,
Yeah.
hey, we need to
Yeah.
drive on the highway
Yeah.
for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, can we split this up?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. You could do it. I think that there's not much difference between 19 and 25. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Once you're used to 19.
yeah, you're fine. Plus, you're in the top class of people that can actually drive a trailer. Lots of people can't do, like, won't do that, can't do that, you know?
Mm.
So,
Yeah. It's if you try not to think about it too much because it's like, oh, it's my whole house and everything I own and we own
Yeah.
hmm. Oh,
behind it.
have you hit anything yet? I'll
No.
tell you mine if you tell me
No.
yours.
No.
One time I'll tell you all mine actually. I backed up when I'm not even taking a trailer. I just have a big old van. I backed up into a light post, busted out the tail light. I sideswiped I flipped a bitch at Preston's house and oh,
U-turn or flip a
that's a
bitch.
U-turn.
That's a U-turn?
Um,
Okay.
I I
What's
flipped
the
a bitch.
English version for
Like
that? What's
what?
the UK version
Yeah,
for
I
that?
don't know. Three lefts.
So I flipped a bitch at Preston's house and accidentally hit a fire hydrant and
Whoops.
sideswiped the whole side of my van.
Oh no.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And I backed up into a well.
A well?
Yeah, when I got my van stuck in the mud. Also at Preston's house. We can just blame Preston for everything. You should come
Mm.
here, by the way.
Wait, where is here? Where are you?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yes, yes, we're gonna come to North Carolina.
Oh, you are? Good
Yes.
because Preston has okay, so I'm in Statesville, North Carolina where Speedwell is,
Yep.
and Preston has a studio and a big lot in the back. I lived there for 7 months.
Yeah.
And you could park the trailer there and then you could do a workshop here and or just hang out and or fire a wood kiln and a soda
Okay.
kiln
Be
and a
Mm.
so
wood
fun.
soda kiln
All the
Yeah.
and
atmospheric stuff.
Yeah.
atmosphere stuff, and you could dig your own clay. And Preston's like does bonsai pots and shit like that. You need to talk to him.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna try and head that way in January or like
that'll be
December.
great.
Yeah.
It rains a
So
lot.
we'll definitely it rains a lot.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just be aware of that. Don't drive on mud.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
It seems like it's pretty complex to like figure out scheduling and like where you're gonna go. Like, how far in advance are you Yeah, you said
Yeah,
January. It's June right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why
Like,
I have to be
how is the
thinking about it.
planning of figuring out
Right.
where you're gonna be and what you need to schedule for?
Well, at first I was like a little over the top and I was scheduling things in a year in advance because I
hmm,
was scared because I just hadn't left yet. Like we were in Chicago, so I was just trying to plan as much as I could a year ahead of time. And then I found out when I got to some of the studios, they're like, man, no one else has ever hit us up so early for a
Oh,
workshop. And I learned like, okay, I can chill. And now it's like usually about 6 months in advance. But sometimes, the bigger schools, like they'll hit you up, like it could be 2 years. Like I got hit up by the John C. Campbell Folk School, and I'm super excited to go teach there eventually, but it's not going to be for another 2 years just because they book things out.
so
wow.
So
far.
And where's
far.
that located?
I want to say it's up on the east side, East Coast, like maybe North Carolina,
Or
or
Maine.
maybe Maine. Maybe it's Maine. Let me see.
What is it? I'm at my computer. Hold on. You have an iPad. Just stop. You
Let me
don't
see.
need to. You don't need to be iPadding this.
Yeah, North
Um.
Carolina.
Oh.
I have two devices. I got them.
Oh,
I got them. But yeah, it's up in North Carolina. It's
Graston,
yeah,
wherever that is.
whatever it is.
Okay.
So that would
So
be
6 months in advance. And
typically.
are you just like cold reaching out to these people? Is it just you've built connections over time and people are
Yeah,
recommending,
yeah,
"Oh, you should teach here, you should try there."
totally. It's a mix of both now. At first, it was mostly so the way it started. I thought, oh, it'd be nice to leave Chicago a couple times a year, right? So I just hit up a bunch of studios expecting like maybe one to be like, yeah, if you want to come, and they all were like, yeah, you should come. And that was when I was like, oh, this could be a thing. Like we could maybe, live like, because again, my dad lived in an RV for like 10 years. It was something that I'd always thought sounded really great. And I'd seen other ceramicists like travel for, workshops and things. And then it was like, all right, let's try it. So yeah, hitting up places that are in the areas that I know we want to go, but also are near fairs, like art fairs that we like to do.
Mm,
Like this time of year is, like fair season, right? So like there's the fairs that I know we tend to do about the same amount at. And so we'll do those and then book a couple workshops around. But then also Peter, my partner, is farming right
Mm.
now in Minnesota, or sorry, in Madison, Wisconsin.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna be completely honest.
What?
He's farming?
He's farming. Yeah. Yeah, so he's growing organic vegetables and he's really interested in like pest management and like how to in permaculture and just like how to grow food sustainably and thoughtfully without like obliterating the land.
mm.
So he's working at a farm in town for the season, and that's why we're in Madison for as long as we are. So we kind of go back and forth. Like if he's got something that he's really excited about, like a farm conference, or he also makes wine, like natural wine. So if he's, needs to be in Indiana because his wine shop is in Indiana, if he needs to be there for, harvest, then we're gonna stay in that area, and I'll find things to do.
Where in Indiana?
Hammond,
Hammond. Okay.
Hammond, yeah, right near the
Hammond.
18th Street Brewery over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of how we've been handling it. Just
Nice. Yeah, it's good to have that flexibility because a lot of times you would have either one person has to work remotely, like they work like a tech job or something, where they
right,
don't have to be in a physical location, but they need like
right.
internet and that's it. And then,
hmm
you both can kind of make that work. Um,
Totally.
yeah. What kind of
Yeah.
art shows have you been doing that because I don't think you're just doing ones that are in the Chicago area. Like you've been traveling and doing
No.
some around. So,
Yeah, we did the Dogwood Festival in Tennessee. And that one was really fun because my mom came with me, so it was fun to go
oh,
to
was that
down
in
to.
like Nashville or Knoxville or?
It was in It was in Knox. That's the other thing I feel like I feel a little crazy. Like I don't know if Becca, if you can relate to this, but like
Hmm.
when you're in a new state, like oh, I was in this state, and then like I just got back from Maine too. It's like you start to kind of feel like I don't actually know where that was. Like,
It kind of looks like it's in East Tennessee, maybe Knoxville area.
Yeah, I want to say Knoxville area.
Okay. It
Um,
was late April.
yes,
Okay, yeah, it says Knoxville, Tennessee.
yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
It was great. It was beautiful. And so that was the one that we traveled the farthest for. But then upcoming, we're doing one of the Renegades in Chicago, or yeah, in Chicago in Logan
Uh,
Square. And then we're going to do um, the Minnesota Pottery Festival, which is so
Oh, I've
fun. And
seen
I love
some
it.
content about that. That
It's the
looks like a good
best.
time. Is that
Oh,
I think
it's
they
a
do
really
like
good
throwing
time.
competitions and
Yep,
stuff like that?
yep,
Okay.
yeah. And you camp, like they have camping on site. So my nephews like have come up with us before and like camped with us,
Ooh,
and
that's fun.
it's cute. Yeah. And I love to compete in the Olympics, even though I typically don't throw that much. But it's just,
Mm.
oh,
it's
They need to
fun.
have a hand building
Yeah.
option.
I don't, thank you. If you could write some, that'd be great.
It's like gives you like 5 minutes, no
Yeah.
weel. So
Yeah.
everybody's like, you just
Let's
pinch
go.
away
Yeah.
for
What can
five
you
minutes.
pinch? One piece of clay. Totally.
um, I have a question that's a little off the wall,
Sure.
but not off the wall, but just like not related to
Sure.
traveling per se. But you are one of the first hand building potters that we've had
Mm-hmm.
on,
Oh
and
yeah.
like we usually have throwers, not because we like throwers more, um, but because but because they just are more. There's
I would
more of
say
them.
more
More of
people throw than
them.
hand build in my.
Yeah, but
Okay, well,
I personally, and I wanted to kind of know if this is how you feel. I
hmm
personally love hand building,
hmm
and I like if I see a hand built mug, that's what I'm gonna buy over a thrown mug. And I'm wondering if, as a hand builder, if you're the same, like you go towards thrown stuff because that's not what you do, or if it.
Mm.
I was just wondering if that you had like a preference.
Yeah, I feel like so I was trained to throw in school and I've taught throwing and I can throw, but I'm not gonna be able to like hold my own in a throwdown
Hmm.
competition against like people who throw massive vases every day when like you know what I mean? Like I try, but like I'm not gonna get it as tall as like the guy
Mhm.
who makes, really really big pots basically.
Hmm.
Like if I throw, it's because I'm throwing a bunch of porcelain mugs that I'm going to draw on, or
Right.
like I'm going to throw a vase to like, so like I'm fine. I'm good at, I think, well, it depends on like the parameters by which you're measuring things.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm a capable thrower and I do enjoy it. But I think with hand building, it feels more like you're sculpting the pot. And I see the wheel as more of a tool. Like it's like a means to
Hmm.
an end. It's like I know that I want to have a smooth surface. I know that um, I want to be able to replicate a form quickly. And I see
Hmm.
the wheel as like a tool to get to where I need to.
Mhm.
Whereas, when I'm hand building, it's like it feels like you're like discovering the cup, like you're like really forming it. And so I kind
Mhm.
of agree with you, Becca. I feel like I gravitate more towards like when a piece has been touched, like when I can really see people's fingerprints in them, that's really
Mm,
exciting to me. And
yeah.
if it's on the wheel too, like if there's throw lines or like any way that it like exudes human touch, I'm like, yes, please.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, because like I don't know, I think it's like, and I also it's so frustrating because I love things that aren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And with the training that I have in ceramics, my stuff looks perfect. And I say
Mm.
that not because I am perfect, but because that's the kind I'm very tight,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I'm always like I like see these cups that are thrown like really shittily and I'm like, wow, this is so beautiful. And
Mm-hmm.
then or I see a cup that's like hand built and like pinched and I'm like, oh, this is lovely. And but I don't feel that way when I like pick up something that's like thrown amazingly
Interesting. Okay.
because I'm like I could do that. Like but I
Okay.
can't do the other stuff. You know?
Interesting. Do you
Like
feel like you crave looseness in your work, or do you feel like
mm,
the refined is like something that you're seeking when you make?
I have two different styles and one craves looseness and one craves refined.
Mm-hmm.
But because I feel like I'm a split personality. But
Mm-hmm.
um but yeah, like and I'm trying to find that looseness, but everybody around me is so about refined. So it's like hard to like really find
Mhm.
it.
Peter between.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'd ask because it's kind of like, it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
I was curious if there's like, and this could be good for better. Like, is there pieces that you see that you see the person, you're like, it doesn't really seem like they would have made that piece because it's like Becca, your really tight
Mm,
forms feels like it may not match what people see as your personality, maybe, or like, oh, I
right.
thought there'd be more organic or looseness to it, but it's like,
Oh yeah,
no, it's
because
like your
like my
tension.
personality isn't tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's very loose. And so like when like Preston, right? The guy that is owns the studio that I kind of like go to, he has never seen my super nice stuff, right? And so when he saw them, he was like, "What?" And at first he was like, "Well, I don't like those. They don't really show your personality." And then when he got it, when he like did see, he was like, "Oh, okay. They're different. They evoke something different."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Laura, when I
Uh,
see your stuff, I feel like it resonates the like playfulness and the colorful
yeah,
and like your personality. I feel like it definitely
I
like
agree.
pairs well together.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like if you saw your pieces and then saw you, you'd be like, yeah,
That's funny. I love when people don't match their work because I feel like there's like something exciting happening and there's more than meets the eye, you know?
yeah,
Like there's more going on.
mm-hmm,
Um, yeah, it's interesting too because so in the classes that I teach, one of the discussions that we keep having is like being comfortable with the imperfection in our work because
mm,
inevitably, as a human being, we're going to make work that is handmade, right? Like
yeah,
it's touched, it's a human made it, so therefore it's not made by a machine. Like I'm always like telling the joke in my class that like we're not competing with IKEA. Like the
yeah,
industrial revolution already happened. They already won. Like there's no
Hmm.
winning with IKEA. They sell their mugs for $2, but we have something that they don't. Um, and that's personality and again touch. But
mm-hmm,
one of the things that we were talking about is how it's so easy to look at somebody else's piece that's quote unquote like imperfect and love it.
and
Like you
love
just
it.
and love it because you look at it and you're just like, God, this is a conversation with this person who isn't here. And I love seeing every choice that they made. I love seeing their like little marks, their
Mm-hmm,
fingernail, anything that exudes them is magical.
mm-hmm.
But when
I
it comes to
100%
your
agree.
own work, it's a little more challenging you're just like, ugh, I messed that up. Or like, ugh, and we have to kind of like love ourselves through that and like love our own work through that. And like to learn to like love your work is a way to kind of learn to love yourself better.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And
It's true. It's very true.
we talk about that. We were talking about it, yeah, in class and because people were just being so hard on their on their pieces. I was like,
Does
guys.
it make any difference between like hand building and people are willing to like, oh, I can actually control the next move rather than like throwing where it's like you're kind of working against a tool that wants to do something that you're not supposed to do, and you've got to fight with it a little bit and like work together
Mm-hmm,
and be a little more cohesive rather than like, oh, I can like make another one versus like, oh, I just gotta
Mhm.
kind of correct a little bit with the hand building.
Yeah, I think that I guess you're right. They are kind of different in the process, but I think that the thought is still the same on both avenues because you still
mm-hmm.
have to like, if you have a clunky pinched form, you still have to love the
Hmm.
process of it. And like if you have a clunky thrown form, like they're actually quite similar.
Yeah,
And when I teach
Yeah.
pinching, I teach it a lot like I teach throwing,
Mm, that's cool.
you
because when
know?
you taught it at ClayCon, you're still using a banding wheel and
Hmm.
you're just working,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
in a pinched form instead
Yeah.
of yeah.
Yeah.
And I recently got back. I just assisted Holly Walker and Lynn Dury at Haystack for their workshop for 2 weeks, which was wonderful because it was great to see how two like established artists who've been teaching for like way longer than I've been alive handle a 2 week class and the way that they handle like slab working and pinching. And Holly kind of rocked my world because she pinches differently than I do. Again, it's a thousand ways to do it, but like she would just throw the coil on and just like she just wouldn't even score. She's like, it's fine, it's all wet. And she's right.
Oh, that's how I do it.
She's right. Yeah. But like the way that I have always done it is like I would have several pieces going at once and I would let it firm up a little bit, like to be able to control, like for like zigzags and things, like trying
Yeah.
to be able to get those like hard angles. And so seeing her do that was, I mean, in theory, I've always heard like, yeah, you can just whip it up, it's fine. But like I was always reluctant to try it, and then having 2 weeks to like just kind of push the
Try
technique a little
it.
bit. Yeah, it was great.
The
So
first time I ever did a workshop, oh, maybe the first and only, was with Danny Meisiger, and it was like a short one, but it really like allowed me to just try shit that I would have never tried.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
was real. I would recommend it for anybody that's kind of stuck.
100%.
Yeah.
And I try to take at least one workshop a year, if not more. Like I just took a comic making workshop with Linda
Mm,
Berry and John Porcelino, excuse me, in Madison. Amazing. It was a day of just like drawing comics with people who that's all they think of. That's a lot of what they think about, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm always trying to take classes too, because it's good to be a student and remember what that feels like,
100%. a
you
hundred
know?
percent.
Or like,
Oh,
do you ever,
also, oh gosh.
oh, I was gonna say, do you ever throw left-handed? Like just to see what it feels like to not know how to throw.
No.
It helps because like you
Like you
do it,
flip the wheel in the opposite direction and you
yeah,
try to
and then
throw
you
left.
just
No.
remember what it feels like to like not know how to, it's frustrating.
I don't
Mm.
know if that would work for me because I've taught people that threw left-handed.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you know what's funny is that I think that maybe one of my gifts is remembering learning so much.
That's good.
And but I mean I have a lot of other shitty things about me, so that's like, it evens out. Uh,
You got to embrace the wonky
You
pots,
gotta, in
Becca.
fact, yeah.
I know.
Oh.
I was gonna say though, I was gonna say
Oh
about
yeah.
the how you were saying about the like embracing the imperfections. I have done that, right? And even in my perfect pots, there's shit that's like not right, and I love
Yeah.
it. Um, and I've often said to people that like the Amish, there's a lot of
Mhm.
cultures in life, but the Amish put something in every piece of furniture, whatever they make, a little nick, because the only thing that's perfect is God. And which I think is
Interesting.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But I also, the thing that really taught me that was having a seconds bin,
Mm-hmm.
and and having that seconds bin showed me how much people love that shit.
Yeah.
So if you're
Mm-hmm.
struggling with it at your next show,
Have a
just put the
second
stuff
spin.
in and have a second spin and see, and don't even mark
Yeah.
it down that much. Just like put imperfect pieces, 20%
Mm-hmm.
discount. See how much people love them for that weird thing
Hmm.
that is there.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say.
I love a second spin as well because like I've had students come into like they can't afford,
Yeah.
and it's nice for them to be able to take something home that's handmade.
Man,
Hmm.
If you can
yeah.
still use it, I feel like that's the best way to respect the material as well, because a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff is mined, and it just like doesn't feel good to just smash it because it's not quite, I don't know, not to throw shade at anybody who does that, because that's totally up to
Hmm.
you and your
Of
choice.
course.
But like I'm talking about for me, I would much rather that go to somebody who couldn't afford one of my more intricate pots that like I have
Hmm.
to charge more for because I have to pay myself.
Hmm.
We should start calling the seconds bin, the poor people bin.
Well,
And
that's what I
then,
could have afforded growing up. So
yeah,
it's
right?
like it feels like, and I mean, still, let's be real, like we're on a potter's salary. It's not like we're
Yeah.
like I'm rolling in it. But yeah, no, 100%. It's just, nice to have things that everyone can afford. Something for everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll just be like, somebody will like this. Like if I'm throwing an oil bottle and I cut off, it gets a little wonky and I got to cut off like an inch and a half of the top.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's shorter than the other ones. Who cares? Somebody will like it. Like
Yeah.
it's not
Right.
that big of a deal. I mean, and then there's the counter part of it where like you've got to carry that piece all the way through the process of firing multiple
Right.
times and glazing and all
Right.
that. So like,
Right.
you could be wasting some time, but in the end, it's like it's still fully functional. It's like somebody will
Yeah,
like it.
Well,
It's
and
not
there's
worth
a balance, right?
smashing.
Because I
yeah,
think that, if you're learning, you have to love yourself through the uncomfortable part of learning. And like you have to like love yourself. Otherwise, you're just gonna burn out. That's one part. And then of course we're always trying to refine and make more refined work.
yes.
Of course, like I'm not, disregarding that. But what I am saying is that there is a point of refining when you have been doing this for, maybe a decade or 15 years, that's really uncomfortable. And it can get
Mm,
to a point where you're just like becoming your own worst
You're
critic.
like too
mm.
critical and you're just like,
Yes.
You're
no,
over
that doesn't meet
refined.
the bar. We got to
Yes.
smash it.
Yes,
You
yes,
are
yes. And it feels
fermented.
bad. And it feels bad. Yeah. And I think that as a recovering perfectionist, that's more what I'm trying to speak
Hmm.
to when I'm,
Hmm.
Yeah.
talking to students
Yeah.
is like, this is a path I've been on it. It's not fun.
Yeah.
Definitely, I think that is something that you have to make a distinction of, and you did here, and you do have to because like there's definitely a difference between shitty, like badly made
Yeah.
and like quirky. You
Yeah.
know?
As my
There's a
grandma would
difference.
say. Yeah.
There's a
Yes.
difference.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like okay, you have to know the rules to break the rules.
Right.
If you don't know the rules, it's shitty. If you're breaking the rules, it's quirky.
Hmm.
Personally, like I know that's a hard stance,
Hmm.
but that's my opinion.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Well, and again, it's like we all have to make those pots. Like we all
Yeah.
have to have, years of making the
Yeah.
unrefined stuff
Yeah,
before
for
we
sure.
can,
100%.
and
Yeah,
that's,
your crappy like 5,000th mug is going to be better than somebody's like 100th mug that's amazing. Like,
Exactly. Oh, and with that being said, I don't think I what I will say is that a lot of people will see their like old pieces and like trash them or whatever you say, like because
yeah,
they're not as good as is the ones you have now. But like
yeah,
that is a part of your story. Like,
good
ooh,
point.
this is my very first pot.
Yeah, you keep it. That's nice.
It looks like a seashell. It's not
Yeah,
centered at all.
yeah.
And like that's a part of your story. And if somebody asked me to sell it, I wouldn't. But I mean, if it was $1 million, I would.
You just retracted that. So
you're like, it's priceless.
you're like,
But if you put a
oh,
number
okay,
on
then
it,
it is a little bit. Yeah.
It does have a little crack in the rim, but anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
but what I'm saying is that you can say, "Oh man, that looks like shit," but also at the same time, you should be saying, "Wow, I learned so much since then."
Right.
Yeah, sell it as a second. Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I know. My mom she has all the pots from when I first started. And her favorite thing to do is to like bring them out when we have people over.
I
She's like,
love that.
look at what Laura made. And, and it's like, oh God.
The
And at
thinnest
first it
pot
was
you've ever seen in your
awful.
life.
Yeah,
The
yeah. And it is funny to look at your old at work because there's definitely echoes of like what, I mean, like I remember pinching for the first time at community college and I was like, this is it, like there's echoes of like what we're doing now. But yeah, I have thrown some things away. I have.
yeah, and
See,
you're also in
yeah,
different
for sure. I'm
chapters
sure
of
you
your
have.
career and
Everybody
your
has.
life and your making. So like you look at it and you're like, "Oh, I didn't realize somebody you tell somebody you made that. You're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that doesn't look anything like your style." But it's like, "Oh, like I was learning. Like that's where I was at that point and that's what I
Yeah,
was doing."
Yeah.
yeah,
And there's also a difference between in college and 2 years ago. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
yeah,
of course. Yeah, there comes a point where it kind of levels out a
it
little.
levels out for sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just thinking about all the shit. Oh, I've seen all of Ryan's shit from college.
From college.
Hmm.
Yeah, the
Plus
earrings
it's
he
all
made for
like
his
everything was
wife.
gas reduction fired, I feel like. So it's,
Yeah.
it looks different, but
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, and yeah, that's what I love about college so much is that they get you in like the hardest fucking kilns to make anything look good.
right.
And it's like, you want brown pots? Great. Let's
Great.
go.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Oh, it's like, okay, let's start at level 10. And then once you get out of college, you're gonna go back down to level 4.
Right. In college, I didn't make pots. I made sculptures. And I
hmm
found
Good for
pots
you.
at Watershed when I like went there after school and realized how fun it was to sculpt pots. And like much in it, that was when I saw a lot of people making really cool stuff and was super inspired by it.
Have you
nice.
met Sarah Anderson?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
briefly, like just at in Sika and we were at the pottery tour that's on your Michiana. She was
Michiana,
at,
yeah.
she was at, yeah, she was at a
She
stop
has
there.
the exact same story. She was a sculpture artist and she was a sculpture.
Really?
Yeah, she went to college for sculpture
That's
and like
cool.
was doing like brass and glass and all that stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And then switched to doing ceramics like midway through and yeah,
Gotcha.
and so that's why her pieces are very sculptural,
Yeah,
you know?
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mostly made ceramic sculpture. I didn't make
Yeah.
glass or anything like that. It
Mm.
was just ceramics people. mostly. But
Yeah,
also the
that's so cool.
program was more figure focused
Mm,
Hmm.
that I was
It's
at.
kind of like who's teaching it and what they're interested in,
Hmm.
and then that
Hmm.
I
kind of
feel
gets
that.
driven. Yeah.
Yeah.
My department was very figure focused.
Which is, I
Sucked
mean,
for
the stuff that
me.
comes out. Yeah, okay. You're like, it wasn't great for me. But I mean, I loved it, and I loved
That's
seeing
awesome.
what came out of like the work that comes out of the program now is amazing. So it's pretty cool. But
So
That's so
does
cool.
making the pots like what you got into clay for the making the pots and stuff? Did did like the functionality and the ability to sell it and like meet a market, did was that part of the enticement of like doing it longer term, or was it
yeah,
something different,
maybe
or
I think so. The first time I sold my pots was at Salad Days, which is the big fundraiser that Watershed
Mm,
has. And I think I was like, oh, like light bulb, you know. But I also, not to be cliche, but I think I really did feel energized by the idea that like someone was going to use this sculpture. Like someone was gonna like have a like their coffee out of this like this pot every morning,
Mhm.
or like, and that was really exciting. And then it also felt like an approachable kind of springboard for like, okay, I have these parameters, which is this thing needs to hold liquid, or this, jar needs to work for this, and then you can like sculpt around that, and that felt really exciting. Versus like when I was in college, it was like very broody. Like my work was like very dark and like grim.
Mhm.
And because, it was in response to a lot of it was like in response to things that were happening in our society. And I now have separated those two ideas, and like anything like community work or like work that I do is how I feel like I contribute to society. And the happy pots are a way to have a conversation with somebody who wants a happy pot, you know?
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like because you're a hand builder, do you have a do you feel like people approach your shit differently
I
than like
don't
do you
know.
find that like I guess okay, hold on. Do you find that like certain shows accept you better than like other shows because of that? That's
Yeah.
what I was asking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, a lot of my images are like, femme people with hairy legs and stuff. And
Yeah.
or like, and people will be like, "Ew." Or they'll be like, yes, preach. This is for me, and I
Mhm.
guess it's like
Yeah.
anybody, it's just like finding your audience.
Hey, it's Taylor here from Backyard Kiln to tell you again how amazing my L&L kiln is. I bought it secondhand out of someone's carport with no idea if it even worked, and I learned to replace the elements and the controller and the thermocouples and install a vent system all from their free video support library. They've designed these kilns to be so user serviceable, it doesn't take a whole lot of know-how or any fancy tools. I had never touched a kiln before, and I was able to do basic maintenance just after watching some videos. And if I ever had a question or wasn't sure what to do, I just emailed or called their customer service line, and they were able to help me right away. Even now, they still help me out for free, even though it is a super old kiln, like older than my teenager, and still working perfectly, unlike my teenager. The kiln does not complain, and it does what I ask it to the first time. Anyway, if you are thinking about buying a kiln or upgrading the one you have, definitely consider L&L. They are all I want to use for the rest of my pottery career. Check them out at hotkilns.com. That's HOTKILNS.com. Okay, back to the show.
Yeah, for
And then
sure.
some people get it and they're like, yeah, Queen, me too.
Yeah, I always wonder like who applies to shows and what kind, because I feel like thrown pots are so commonplace. I don't see as
Oh,
much hand building and at shows and stuff, and from my experience, but I
Yeah.
feel like if you're jurying and you're looking through applications and you see like, oh, that's hand, like that's a little funky, that's hand built, that's
Yeah.
different, that's
hmm.
brighter color, like it would stand out in the sea of all the other people applying, but maybe not. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Do you
hope
ever
so.
do you sell in galleries?
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, we just talked to a gallery owner that you would fit in their gallery so well.
Wow. What's the name of the gallery?
Ryan?
EF Gallery, they're in Sacramento.
Cool.
Yeah, they have
California.
kind of it's kind of quirky, pop
They
arty.
they call it
And, but
funk Funk Ceramics.
yes. Well, we
Funk
love,
Ceramics, yeah.
okay, well, we love funk.
Yeah, their best-selling ceramic artist makes ceramic donuts and cakes and things like that are sculptures.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
you should look them up because I think they would be a great fit for you.
Yeah.
cool.
Not that I'm trying to sell things on you or anything.
I would imagine selling through a gallery would probably benefit the lifestyle a little bit with being on the road. You have less pots to
I
handle,
mean, 100%. Yeah.
and they can take care of that stuff.
Yeah. Like,
Because I'm guessing you don't. Are you doing a lot of like shipping and things on the
yeah.
road as well? Okay.
hmm Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not as good at keeping like my online shop updated or like really handling that.
No shade on that.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
it's a grind, let me tell you.
It's a grind.
I would
Yeah.
imagine you're like, oh, I got a sale. I got to go dig that out of the truck bed,
Right.
find out
That
what bin it's
literally,
in.
that is literally
Do
what
I have
happens,
it?
Ryan. Yes, that is exactly what happened. There was the only time that I've like hit an all-time low was like right was in an alley in Chicago. So like we had parked in an alley and it was like right before Nsika. It was raining, it was cold, it was March and it was dark. And I was like in the bed of the truck, just like raking through my stuff, trying to figure out what to bring to the pop-up. And I was like, I hate this. This is this is awful. This is
I
awful.
hate this.
Yeah. I'm like, my hands hurt. Like it's when it's cold, you have to like open your totes. And I'm like trying to figure out what totes. I'm like, no, this is terrible. But
That's
that was,
so real.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
so real. I understand that so much. I can't.
Yeah.
What's like one of the best things about being on the road and making and selling and teaching? Like,
I think I get to be, so the one thing that was hard with Chicago, I love Chicago, but it was so hard to not be around like trees and water. I mean, okay, there's Lake Michigan and like domesticated trees, like the trees that are in a row and lovely on the road. And like I was fortunate to have a lot of trees in Humboldt Park, like where we were. But it just like being like driving around and being able to like basically we're just driving around looking at beautiful like beautiful mountains or trees or like being outside and being able to hike around. I mean, that's my favorite part of it. For sure, because it was really getting me down. I think after 8 years of Chicago, I was like, I can't do this anymore. You know,
hmm
like coming from Madison, where like Madison is all lakes, it's an isthmus, so it's all lakes, all trees, lots of farms, like farm fresh food.
Mhm.
Like the farmers market here is lit. The farmers market in Chicago is great too, but like it was just very
Different.
expensive and very different. And mostly it's like garlic and oils and things, and it's just different.
hmm
Yeah.
So, I think being outside is the best part, but also the
It,
people are pretty cool.
yeah. People are great.
People are great. People are great everywhere.
That's
It's
good.
true,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
People
it's
are
true.
great
They are.
everywhere.
They are.
They're different. They're a different type of great,
Yes,
but they're great everywhere.
it's true.
Yeah,
Mm.
It's true. And
it is.
I think one of our favorites, so like we drove all the way down California, and California is
Mm,
beautiful and amazing. I had
it's a
really high
wonderful
hopes
one.
for California. Like I was like, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to go. It was incredible. But then we drove to Texas.
hmm
Mm.
Wasn't sure about, I was like, I don't know, Austin, like, Texas. Oh my God. Austin is phenomenal. The people are so cute. Everyone's just like, what's up? Like, let's chat. I don't know
hmm
you, but like, you want to chat? Okay, have a good day. Bye. It was like the Midwest of like it was very, yeah. And again,
See,
not that the West Coast isn't, but the culture is a little different, you
hmm
know.
yes.
It is culturally a little different. Whereas the Midwest and this like in Texas, it was like, what's up? You want to go get drinks sometime? Or like, well, not in that way, but like the studio I was at, like everyone was like, let's go get dinner sometime. And it's like,
hmm
please, I really would like to be friends. And it was so
Yeah.
much easier to like make friendships.
Yeah, they were
Um,
welcoming even though you weren't
welcoming.
like from there and
Yeah.
Yeah.
like in
Totally.
the club already.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Okay.
You haven't been to the East Coast yet, right? So you haven't categorized the country yet? Yet?
I have, but not on this trip. I've spent
Oh,
time
okay.
like because I lived in Maine when I was at Watershed, and then I
Oh,
lived
yeah,
in New
yeah.
York City for a while.
Okay.
Well, a while. It lasted 8 months, and I was like, "Meh." It's like
You
I don't
mean
know.
a lifetime?
Yeah.
Um,
I
it's
love New
funny.
yeah, I love New
Oh,
York,
God.
but I just want to say that the people that I know that really love New York have lived there their whole lives, so they don't know anything different. And I was like,
Yeah.
I think you guys have Stockholm syndrome.
Yep. Yep.
Because it's an assault on your nervous system constantly, like just noise. And I mean, the food is phenomenal, the people are phenomenal, but like it's just like so busy
The
and
stimulus is
stimulating.
high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like lights and yeah,
Hmm.
it's a lot.
Yeah, I suspect if you want to get out and see trees and nature and all
Yeah.
that stuff, like
I
you
mean,
gotta
yeah,
you gotta move a little
Central
bit.
Park was
Yeah.
nice, I guess. But I was like in
Right.
Central Park, just like touching the rocks and like,
And then you're like, is this dirty? Like, what's on
yeah,
this?
is that a
Did I touch
rat?
that?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
it was funny. But you've spent, because you're in North Carolina, right, Becca?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've hit every single state on the lower
Cool. Oh,
48.
sick.
So
Okay.
North Carolina was my last, actually,
Oh.
which was kind of poetic in a way.
Yeah.
Um, but I was gonna tell you, I don't, I feel like okay. I'm so sorry to everybody that's listening to this podcast because I feel like I'm talking to a friend. So I feel like I I'm interrupting and I'm not really interviewing you.
Oh, I hope I'm not doing that too. Sorry if I'm doing that.
No, you're supposed to talk. I'm not really supposed to talk.
Becca,
So
go for it.
Yeah, like, go for it.
okay. We haven't had, and also we have had 3 interviews in a row, me and Ryan. So like, we haven't had any that we could just like chit chat. You know what I'm saying? Um, I have typecast the entire United States into 4 sections. Now,
Incredible.
and
Not even pottery specific, just in
Just
general.
everybody?
just everybody, the
Got it.
people. Okay,
Okay.
so the East Coast.
Yeah.
They're not nice to your face, but they'll give you the shirt off their back. The West Coast, they're nice to your face, but they're shallow as fuck. The South, they're nice, but they will spread rumors about you forever, and they will not help you on the side of the road. The Midwest, nice. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Concrete. Solid.
Like
Wait,
I
isn't
love
there
the
a big
people.
area in the middle there that was like
No, that's the Midwest. That's the
Yeah,
Midwest.
Midwest is too big?
it's big.
No, it's not. Like, okay, West.
Like, what would
Okay,
you consider
West.
Midwest, Becca, when you say that?
West starts in Colorado, okay? Like Colorado is half. Colorado's like a Western Midwest, okay? Like they do have kind of blurred lines, but Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, all Midwest. That's all Midwest. Those people are nice. They're
Okay.
just nice. Like maybe too nice. And Utah, definitely West,
West.
okay?
Okay.
They're
Southwest.
nice.
Yeah.
They're nice. Now, but you have to
But you
split
said
Utah
shallow as fuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have to split Utah into Mormon nice and regular nice, okay? Because Mormon nice is like really nice, but we want to convert you into our religion and we'd like you to go to
Mm,
heaven. So we're actually nice,
or
but
like,
with like a deep ulterior motive, okay? Because Utah might be one of the nicest states I've ever been to.
I got it.
And
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
then but like Oregon, Washington, and California
Yeah.
specifically, and New Mexico are all like, oh yeah, like so nice to you right away. But if you want to have a second date with anybody, and I mean friend date, like good luck.
Good luck. Interesting. So funny. Yeah. Yeah. And California is big, I will say. Like
Big,
this is,
so
a
big.
basic, you look at the map and you think, oh, it's big, but like you drive
No, it's
from the top
big.
to the bottom, it's huge. And it's
Yeah.
like four different, what is it, like three or four different zones of,
Zones or climates
yeah.
or
Yeah,
Yeah.
climates. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. It should be 2 states,
It should be,
100%.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Like my
100. Have you been to
yeah.
Oregon
beautiful.
yet?
Yeah. I liked
The
Oregon.
coast?
I liked Oregon. Yes. Yep.
Oh yeah. That's one of my
Mm.
favorites too.
Yeah, I loved Portland, I will say.
Yeah.
Portland felt
quirky.
like the Midwest, but I think it's like a working class, it's like a working class
Mm.
thing to, it's like
Well,
the
it
blue
definitely
collar.
depends. Yes, it depends on what Midwest you are, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a liberal Midwest. And
Oh,
if you were a conservative Midwest, you would not like Portland. So,
interesting.
yeah. I'm not saying I'm either of them, and I love both of them. So it's like, and I'm a liberal Midwest, let's be honest. But
Yeah. Yeah, Portland slaps.
yeah, I really like Portland too.
Seattle also great. I
Hmm.
mean, we've mostly gone to like major cities.
Yeah.
Right.
We haven't, and I've noticed that as a pattern, and that wasn't like on purpose. It was just like where I was interested
It's
in going.
convenient.
Yeah.
It's convenient.
Mm.
Hmm.
So, Washington's coast is not as cool as Oregon's coast. So
No,
if
and
you
you
didn't go there, you didn't miss much.
okay, I think we did, but maybe not as I can't remember.
You can't remember. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because it's yeah, exactly.
Wasn't memorable enough,
Wasn't
apparently.
memorable enough. Although I do feel like Oregon's coast felt a lot like Maine.
Yes, it
Again,
is
because
very
they're a
much.
similar latitude.
Hmm.
And I'm like very like I just love Maine's
Mm.
coast. And I found
Yeah.
out that the puffins, the birds that are from where I'm from in the UK,
Hmm.
migrate to Maine, to the coast.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
I
Oh, they got that
cute.
know.
connection.
It's so
They
sweet. Yeah,
drew you to Maine.
I think so. I think I just followed the puffins.
Mm.
Yeah. Have you done the Upper Peninsula yet in Michigan?
Yeah, but not on this trip, just like in life. My
Oh, yeah.
partner, Peter, actually biked the whole thing. He like
Oh,
biked
wow.
with his buds.
If you ever
Wow.
do Upper Peninsula on this trip with
Yeah.
the trailer, let me know because I've got a lot of spots that I've marked that you
Oh,
can do
cool.
for, well,
Yeah,
I don't
for
know if you
sure.
can camp for free, but you could be there for free.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I
Mm.
don't know if you're supposed to, but I
Yeah, but
was.
like you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This is America.
I'm curious from the ceramics community perspective, are there differences that you've seen in the different areas of
You
like,
know,
mm,
and
who's
I,
more like, ooh, they're
hmm
like a tight
hmm
group versus like, oh,
hmm
we're like Austin, like, hey, come and hang out and like,
totally. I thought that there would be more of that. And it actually is very similar from studio to studio. And I will say there was a couple times that I had just started at a new studio because typically what I would do is I would ask like, "Hey, can I teach with you guys? And then do you mind if I make there for a couple of weeks or a month or whatever?" And so I would like get to know the people in the community a little bit before teaching the class, which was great. And a lot of the time, I would get whiplash at the next studio because I thought I was still at the studio that I was at before
mm-hmm,
because it like
mm.
just felt so similar. Yeah.
yeah.
So
People are nice.
people are nice pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
pretty much always start working in the studio for a bit before
Yeah.
the workshop rather than like coming
Yeah.
a couple days before the workshop and
Right.
then doing it
Staying
and then
after.
staying longer.
Right. I think it makes more sense to come before just so that people can kind of see the
That
work.
makes sense.
Yeah. And like hang out and see the vibe and decide like, oh, is this a class for someone that I would be interested in
Yeah,
learning from?
plus you'll get probably more signups that way.
Maybe. Yeah. Hopefully.
Maybe.
Unless they're
Can
like,
I?
oh, I signed up, but now that
Like,
I know
no,
her,
I don't like
can we dip
cartoon.
out
I
of
don't like
that?
cartoons
No.
actually. Yeah. They're like, no, I hate it.
Didn't
Which
like her.
that happened. Okay, that didn't happen in the studio, but that happened at an art fair, like in California. It was in Burbank. And this person like came into my booth, didn't realize I was there, and just went, oh, hate it.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, okay. But again, it kind of just goes back to that, like, well, at least they're honest. And I feel like the West Coast is not, they're honest.
What did you say? Did you ever like show your face? Because I
No,
probably would have been like, same.
yeah, like I know. I'm
Like, what can I say?
I'm
I
so
make it and I
sorry. Yeah,
agree.
no,
Like,
I was like, oh,
What do you think
hate
I'm trying to
it.
get rid of it for?
Yeah. Take it. Yeah, yeah. It
that's
was
so
very
funny.
funny, super funny. Yeah, yep.
Um, I did have a technical question if you're cool with
Yeah,
this. And
yeah,
I want to preface this with you don't have to share anything that you don't want to. Just say like I can't say that. But
yeah,
because I'm going to ask financial stuff. So, I
yeah.
would love and like if somebody wanted to do something like this, like what are the type of rates that you
Ooh.
like do and like does that, like you going, like do you usually pay to do the studio? Are they usually pretty open to you just like chilling out, or like what kind of does that look like financially for you?
No, totally. So I've tried to be as flexible as I can with spaces because, again, a lot of these studios are ran by artists who are just like
Yeah.
doing their best, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, most of the time, those are the spaces that I like to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So typically what we'll either do a split where it's like 60/40, 50/50, 30/70, depending on
Okay.
what the studio can do. And different studios have different rents, right? So like if you're say a studio in Seattle or a
Right.
studio in New York, your rent's going to be crazy. And so I'm
Right.
kind of flexible with folks in terms of like what do you need? And it's kind of like a reciprocity kind of
Yeah.
conversation versus like what I need. Because also, if I'm going to that state, like it's going to be expensive to park there too. So, like, we factor that in.
Yeah.
And then we kind of decide like what can, we like kind of talk and generally it's in good faith. It's like, hey, so okay, so this is what you can do. And that's maybe let's say a 60/40 split, right? So this is how much, like the workshops, I think for a 2 day, typically I try to keep them affordable. It's like 225 or 100
Mm.
and something per day. And then uh, if that's the rate, then the studios are usually like, heck yeah, you can work here for a month. I bring my own
Mm-hmm.
clay, so I'm not
Nice.
taking clay from them, but I do ask for like space in the kiln and a shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And then I usually have my own glazes and stuff that I bring as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of been the vibe. Some places have straight up said, like, here's a flat rate, like, this is what I can do, and that varies. If sometimes the flat rate can be good because if you're traveling far for somewhere, so like say you booked again, I'm gonna use Seattle as an example because that was the furthest we ever drove. A flat rate was kind of necessary because it was like we need to meet this minimum and I need to know that I'm going to have this much money, which is like,
Right.
600, whatever, however much money for that day workshop, 2 day workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I can budget better, So it was kind of just dependent on um, what what the studios could afford.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and that was how we handled it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Um, yeah, because I did workshops in the like like these states like North Carolina, Alabama, South Carolina,
Hmm.
um, some of those like right before I came to North Carolina, and it was I got lucky, like just doing, but I do a 1 day like quick you can be anybody workshop, so it could have been at like somebody's house.
Hmm.
But yeah, because it's just so I feel like that reaching out and like asking about a workshop or doing something like that is so hard for a lot of people because like what do you say? What do you say?
Right.
Like, oh hey, I'm gonna be in fucking California. Can I
Hmm.
come work there? Like it's
Yeah.
hard to put yourself out like that.
No, totally. And I'm lucky because I've taught as long as I've made, right? So when I was
Yeah.
in college, there was a studio in the student center, and that was like where I started teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I got, more established in my own work and then felt more established in my teaching. I was teaching at one point in Chicago at like 5 different studios. And so I ended up
Wow.
having like because I was just contracted. So I would just like teach 1 day a week here and there. And it was too much, frankly. Like at that point, I was like, I need to like scale it down. And then I taught it 2, which was great. Or 2 and 3 kind of, because I would guest sometimes in another studio. And then I realized, after we submitted those proposals and they got picked up everywhere, I was like, I might as well be doing this, you know, wherever, because these are classes that I've developed. These are
Yeah.
processes that would translate in any studio, with any
Yeah.
group.
Hmm.
And then there's specialized workshops too. So it's like, you could do like a pinched cup, like for 1 day But most of the time the classes are like, it's either playful pinching or a class called developing voice. And that's just about like figuring out what you want to say with your work. And I intentionally call it developing voice because you have a voice, you just need to refine it a little bit or kind of figure out what it is that you want to say. And then cartooning on clay is the third class that I also teach. And those are they're fun. Those are the three classes that I'm excited about right now. And so that's what I propose is and then I have a teaching portfolio that I send people of work that, students have made in my class. And I'm very type B. I don't know, maybe there's a type C. So I've had to kind of type A lot of this stuff, I've had to have a spreadsheet and email and, have these formats that I use, like a Word doc for hitting people up.
Because that organization is going to probably show them that, hey, you're going to be a good teacher. You're going to be prepared. Like you're not just showing up and doing it for the first time.
Right.
And then also, you're going to be a good, like, quote unquote, business person to work with to like figure out logistics and reliability and stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's a quality class. I mean, I promise that I'm going to bring people, reading materials and like ways that they can get what they want and need from the class as well.
I bet you're such a good teacher.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
Well, it sounds like you really like it, and
I love it. Yeah,
and you have it so well thought out. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I really liked your talk at ClayCon West. Was that catered to one of those three specifically?
It was the pinching.
The pinching, playful pinching.
Yeah. That was the demo.
Yeah.
Where are you
I like the
gonna
sound
be?
effects too. Those are good.
Well, I know that we'll ask you at the end, but where are the next places that you're going to be, like in July, August, September?
Yeah, so
you don't need to say specifically, but like what states?
Yes, yeah. July, we're going back and forth a lot to Minnesota.
Oh, nice.
So we'll do the Minnesota Pottery Festival and a little bit in Chicago too. And then August, I'm teaching a class at Tennessee Tech in Appalachia, so like in just outside of Knoxville.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that's in August. And then September, I'm going hopefully to Massachusetts to teach a workshop at Truro.
Nice.
And these are like multi-days. These are like 5-week classes.
Oh, wow.
No, sorry, excuse me.
5-day
5-day. Yeah, thank you. I was like, we're gonna
classes.
live in the woods for 5 weeks. Yeah, no, 5 days. And that's in Massachusetts. And then in November, I have a residency at Red Wing. So we'll go to Red Wing for a month and I'll just stay and make there before we head south.
While you're in Chicago, have you heard of Beal Pottery?
Yeah.
Okay, while you're in Chicago, I bet they would have an opening if you wanted to do a workshop there.
They are the best.
They're the best.
Yeah, they're the best. And we hung out a little bit at Ensika, and yeah, it would be good to hit them up and talk to them because they're so cool.
Yeah, I love them.
I like seeing that you went to Ottima recently as well with Andrew.
Yeah.
I actually got in contact with them. I want to look into maybe doing a workshop there at some
They
point.
would love that. Yeah, it's a great place to teach.
Because a lot of it, like, I don't know, it's also enticing because you're willing to travel for it. Like, a lot of times it's like you're looking for somebody that's just a little different. Like, you haven't seen their work, or maybe you know their work. It's not, I feel like you don't necessarily have to be like broadly known and like, followed. So it's like you're attracting people from 2 and 3 hours away to come to this workshop. Like, it's fairly manageable. It's like probably 10 to 15 people, maybe.
Yeah.
In most of them.
Yeah.
So
10 to 15 is like probably where I'd cap it.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's a lot of people.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, like 15 is probably about where I would cap it. Yeah. The most I've taught, I think, is about 15. I mean, back when I was teaching wheel throwing, it was like 20. And that was bananas.
Absolutely not.
Bananas.
Is that
that's
like beginning wheel throwing?
suicide.
Because that's like, oh my gosh, you got to take a nap after.
Yes.
No, you have to take a nap in the middle. Like, what the fuck?
All right, time to take a nap. 15-minute nap. We'll be back.
Yeah, like, I'll be back, guys. Yeah. So yeah,
I
10 to
can't even
15.
do
Yeah.
8. 8 for me in wheel throwing is too hard for me almost.
Beginning is, yeah,
Yeah, beginning is a lot.
it
Yeah,
is. And people they need help. And
they
it's,
do. They do
it's
need
like learning to
help.
play guitar or skate, or
Hmm.
it's not innate. And it sucks for them that when people know what they're doing, it looks so easy.
Hmm.
Like, not
Hmm.
fair. Yeah.
It's
I'm
really
I'm
not
curious as
fair.
well for the financial side. Like, is
Mhm.
traveling and making, would you say that that's like less expensive than maintaining a permanent studio, or is it pretty comparable?
Pretty comparable.
Pretty comparable.
Yeah.
Becca's pointing up, so are you saying it costs more
I
to
think it costs
travel
more.
and have a studio?
I think
Yeah,
it
I
does.
mean, it definitely depends because like we were in Chicago, right? So like our rent was Chicago rent, and we had like I
Yeah.
had a home studio, so we had 2 floors
What
and a
would like a
patio
Chicago
and
rent
yard.
be for people?
1,800 was how much,
1800.
and that was like a good rate.
That's
Like that's
And
an
amazing.
that's just
amazing.
for in a place to live. That's not necessarily studio and living.
No, well, yes, my studio was in the basement. So like
Okay.
we had a
Okay.
finished basement, 2 bathrooms, like it was an amazing unit for 1,800. But that's not your internet, that's not your, utilities, your groceries, your gas, your
Hmm.
all of that, it adds up, right? Whereas like with the RV, you have to pay, like you have a monthly payment probably on your RV unless you can pay for it cold, which we couldn't. So we put a down payment on it and we do like a monthly payment. And then you have your parking, like your camping fees, which includes electricity and water. And then you also have gas, which is
It's
not
like a
cheap.
camp. It's like a camping fee comparable to like a hotel stay in cost,
Cheaper.
cheaper, like less than
Yeah.
$100 a night or something.
Oh yeah. I mean, it should be. I mean, we usually pay between like 25 to 30 a night, 35 a night. If we've
Okay, and
had to do like RV parks, and those can be a little more expensive, and that can be like maybe
okay,
60 to 75. But if it costs as much as a hotel, we're going in a hotel.
okay, so it's
Like I
electric
want the
and
pool
water
and the
access.
bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
And sometimes you can boondock, which is just like RV speak for dry camping, like no.
Right.
But we have 2 cats with us. So, we need to be thinking about like heat and making sure that they're comfortable. And they love the AC. So,
Mm,
yeah.
okay. I'm sorry I
You're so much
interrupted you there
nicer to
with
your
the
cats than
expenses,
I
but
am to mine.
so the camping expenses and then obviously gas.
Gas, yeah, food. I mean, those things are still, the same and
Hmm.
probably cheaper because, Chicago was pretty expensive. So like I think our monthly cost of living is pretty comparable, if not like a little bit less than it was in Chicago. But at the end of it, we own the RV. So it's like we're homeowners.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then you also get the experiences which could change on a daily basis or weekly
Yeah.
basis, and you're getting more memories and
Yeah.
stimulus, and like you're going where you want to be going in a lot of ways, it sounds like.
Yeah, totally.
I
Hmm.
will say this. I don't know, only because I ran into this.
Yeah.
Not again, an unsolicited situation. Um, I was like, so my van was expensive, right? I feel like it
Hmm.
was expensive. It was 53. And
Yeah,
yeah, that's expensive, right?
it's expensive.
And so I was doing payments, right? My payment on it was basically rent. It was $800.
Wow.
And at the beginning I paid $1,400 every month because that was my rent in Indianapolis,
Yeah, so you're
right?
like, that's what I'll send
So
off.
I was
Yeah.
aggressively paying it down, and I semi screwed myself over by putting all my eggs in one basket. And then I came here and then I met Andrew. And so then when we moved into a house together, um, I still had like 15 grand left on the loan.
Yeah.
And so what and I'm extremely fortunate and like very privileged in the sense that my parents actually bought out the loan and I'm
Hmm.
paying them for it, but now I
Hmm.
have to pay double.
Hmm.
So,
And you don't
and
want to
I'm not
part with the asset because you
right,
want
I'm
to
not
own the
I
van.
want to own the van,
Right.
but I also need to live in a house. And so I'm just saying it's not something I thought about when
Right.
I went into it, when I was like, oh yeah, I'll just like move into another apartment or whatever. And it's like, oh shit, now you have double rent. And like, so
So what would you have done? Would you have not paid as aggressively so you had more savings if you could gone back?
no, I don't know what I would have done. I like, had my parents not been there to buy that out, I would probably still be living in a van. But like uncomfortably and
Yeah.
also like not in a space that I wanted to be,
Right.
because I'm really lucky that we got to do this, right?
Right.
But I still have to pay my parents back. It's not like I'm not paying them back,
Right.
right? So now I gotta hustle a little bit harder. Like I think that was it. It's mostly like I have to hustle
Yeah.
to make it work at the back end,
Right.
like, and it sounds like you have like a 2 to 3 year plan, so it like works out for you. But I just I didn't really expect that,
No, totally. And
I
I
didn't
think
expect to
so.
stop soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it warrants saying that we got our RV secondhand.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Did go through a dealership, which like I don't know if I would recommend doing that. I think if you have money, I would go on like Marketplace or something
Yeah,
and just
right.
pay flat like 6 grand, 10 grand, whatever. If you have
Yeah.
that. If you don't, we didn't. So we put down a heavy down payment and our total pay like cost is 14,000 for our RV.
Oh, that's so awesome. Like,
And
yeah, and
so,
so yeah, I don't think that I would buy a cheaper van because I don't want to break down in the middle of the road.
right,
But like I think that's something, and like you sound like you're a forward-thinking person, so you got that shit under control. I am
anxiety. It's
not.
just anxiety.
I am not a forward-thinking person, and I don't know. I think that I'm just saying this not to tell you to like watch out,
No,
but
but to
like
warn people that like
yeah,
to think
like
like look at
that's
the
a
big
reality,
picture. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
when
Right,
does it go
right,
back to
right,
when do you become domesticated again?
right, right,
Because I mean it's such a grand, quote unquote, grand life, but you're putting all of your eggs in one basket.
right,
And then if you're
right,
financially like a lot of people like especially in the van life world, they'll build out their whole van. It'll cost 100 grand.
right,
Hmm.
And
right,
and like I'm lucky that I didn't pay any money to build. Basically, I think I maybe spent like 3 grand, but it was all cash, right?
right,
So so that was fine. But yeah, I still have that payment in the back end. And yeah, of
right.
course I could have refinanced and made it much smaller. But
Hmm.
Just
but
something, I mean, it's just something important to think about.
yeah, but
Yeah,
it's something to think about. Like
right.
eventually you'll probably go back to an apartment, a house, a whatever, and have a
Hmm.
payment, and that payment will be on top of the payment you currently have.
Right, right.
So
And so make sure
anyway,
that that payment is like manageable if,
yeah, because it's not
right,
manageable if it's a $800.
right. No, it's not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Or you have to
factoring
be
in
willing to part
repairs.
ways with it to
Right,
say,
yeah,
right.
that's
Well,
if
it.
and
I
there's
want this
so
life, do I want to move on to this next chapter of
right.
living like quote unquote domestically, of having something else that's not on the move?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
and RVs depreciate a lot.
a
A
lot.
lot. Like,
Yeah,
so I really am not anticipating being able to get much money for ours. Like, I'm not really
right.
looking at it as an investment. I
Yeah,
just see it as like in Chicago, I would have paid this in rent in a
in a
year.
year. In a year. Exactly. And I think that that's the best way to do it. I was just kind of like thinking of that
No,
when
it's
we
I
were
think it's an
talking.
important thing to be transparent about for people because
Hmm.
I also think
Yeah.
that it feels like I could see it from the outside being like, gosh, what a dream. And it's like, well, I have showered publicly for the last year. Like there's, like right now on
Don't
this,
I know
I'm
it?
at the library talking to you guys because I have no service at the RV. Like there are parts of it that definitely make you appreciate, but I think it makes you appreciate things more. Like when I get a hot
Mm-hmm.
shower, that's I really love it. Like I'm really enjoying it because a
Yeah.
lot of the places that we go, they're cold.
Yeah, you don't take it for granted.
Yeah, not at
Did
all.
you did you go to the Washington Rec Center in Utah?
Oh, no. I thought you were going to say
Okay.
the Washington State Parks, and I was about to be like, yeah, let's talk about that because the showers were cold, and I shared
And
them with a giant spider.
No,
Who?
the Washington Rec Center in Utah, Washington,
Mhm.
Utah,
It's right about St. Claycon West.
Okay.
right by St. George. It's only $1 to shower.
Oh, okay.
And their showers are so fucking clean. It was
Mhm.
a joy, let
That
me
sounds
tell you.
great.
Mm.
We have a gym, like a gym membership that is
Oh, that's so
all the
nice.
gyms. And so we showered at the gym in Utah that was near ClayCon also.
Mm.
But that's an insider tip,
Nice.
and I will put that right in my pocket
Okay.
and keep it. Are you guys going to ClayCon this year?
I am. Well,
I
next
probably
year.
won't be.
Next year? Right, because
Yeah,
it's
I'm applying for a talk. I actually got to get that talk in before the end of the month
yeah, the
to
deadline
talk
is
about converting an electric kiln into a soda kiln and like what goes into that
sick. Okay.
process and also like
Yes.
what kind of results you get at Cone 6. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that's
planning to do.
exciting.
I probably won't go. It's really far.
Yeah, it's far.
And like it just doesn't work out right now. I'm like so in debt. Like like financially I don't yeah. Like I'm going back to full-time ceramics, so like I don't know how that's gonna work out. I don't know what kind of money I'm gonna have. I don't
Yeah.
have stationary Andrew to give me free plane flights. I don't have like a
You
lot of
you don't
things.
have that benefit anymore?
No, I didn't use it enough. So,
Oh, okay.
but it's
Mm,
okay because somebody else who does use it has it.
does use it.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think that I would like to go. I don't think it's realistic.
I bet
Sure.
Becca would pick Claycon West over Sika though.
Any day of the week.
Really.
Um, 100%. I don't hate
Oh,
Insika, but it
Laura, I was going to ask you what you feel
oh,
about the difference between them
oh.
because I think Claycon West was the first time you'd been there
It
last year in
was.
2026,
It was.
and you've been to Sika at least a couple times, I know.
Yeah. I've been doing Zika every year since like 2015 or something. Like
Oh,
been there
wow.
like 10
yeah.
years.
Okay.
Yeah. And Zika got really big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Like
pushing 7,000
like
people, I
pushing
think, something like
7,000
that,
people.
more. I don't know.
Mhm. But I don't think that's bad. I just think like I am a kind of an extrovert, so I was like,
Mm.
yay, all my friends are in one place.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I like when I got home, I like slept for
A week?
a week. Yeah, right. So, they're different. I think that I appreciated the pace of ClayCon because with it being smaller and more manageable, you really get quality conversations with folks. Like
Hmm.
Ryan, I feel like I was like
Yeah,
able
you
to
and I
like
had
chat a
three
lot.
to
Yeah, it
four
was
quality
great. It was
conversations,
super
like
fun.
for 10 plus minutes at a
Right,
time. Like you're
right,
not, oh, gotta get over here.
right, exactly. And I think that's the hard part of Nsika. And then also like you'll be talking to somebody, and again, it's like an assault on your I keep
Nervous
using this
system.
phrase, but like your nervous system because there's just so much going on and like
Yeah.
you're like gonna miss things and so I don't know, it's like the New York City versus the like Austin, Texas analogy that we were talking
Yeah,
about
you're
earlier,
right.
So
But
for
also we have the perspective from presenters too, as opposed to like presenters at Click on West as opposed to attendees at Click
of
on West too.
Nsika. Yeah.
And Insika, yeah.
Hmm.
So I feel like we're very privileged to be in the presenter at Click on West category,
Hmm.
too,
Hmm.
because you feel like it's so tight and happy and
And
fun.
cute, yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah,
and I often wonder if people that are just attending, feel the
feel
same
that way.
way. Yeah, but I would
It's
hope they do.
I feels like they do because like even when we had that because we had that big gathering at the Tilted Kiln
Mm,
and everyone goes and people were
yeah, that was nice.
jazzed. It was yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
it felt like those who were there to attend. I
we're
also
there.
had something very cute that just happened is I was just in Haystack and one of the people who was working for the summer is called C and C was at ClayCon and saw the demo and then they were like, "What's up? Good to see you again." I was like, "Good to see you again." And we got to hang out for another 2 weeks in Haystack. And so I feel like
Mm,
this cute thing keeps happening with ClayCon, where it's like you go, you genuinely get to chat with people and hang out, and then you see them again out in the. Whereas, and I guess the same is true for Nsika, but Nsika can sometimes feel like speed dating.
Oh,
yes.
You're
yeah.
like this like very quick like hello it's good to see you and then like Becca we had talked to so many people that like going out to dinner is like that's a little blur kind of because it's just so much, you
I do
know?
remember the salsa. I will
Yeah,
say
this
that.
also slapped.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty
we got all
good.
the food for free, so I got dessert, which never happens. Yeah.
Woohoo.
Free
I'm
dinner. Thank you,
That was
Speedball.
great.
the blue
Yeah.
iguana.
Yeah, that was what it was called. You're right, it was the blue iguana.
The only reason I remember that is because they had a blue iguana statue in the parking
That
lot.
is solid memory because that was gone for me, but now it's
Mm.
back.
Literally the only reason was because of the statue.
The statue, you like
Yeah.
quality, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
can I
mean,
know it's so stupid. I can't remember your face, but I can remember the
no,
stupid fucking iguana in the parking lot.
no,
Like,
it's
You
I think it's
yeah.
you mentioned the like depth and the speed dating thing. I'm curious as you're traveling, you are at places for a period of time, but I'm curious if,
mm-hmm,
becoming a small part of many communities, if you feel like you're missing that
mm-hmm,
depth of just being at one, and if there's a way that you kind of build those connections so that you don't just
mm-hmm.
like go in and then peace out, and then you really aren't, having a wider community in that way.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you asked that because I think that with being an immigrant, you get really good at saying goodbye because
Mm.
my family was always, across the ocean and we'd see each other maybe 2 weeks out of the year and then we'd have to say goodbye. And it was really upsetting when I was a kid. But as you get older, you start like so like if I'm in a class or whatever, it's like it's not goodbye, it's see you in Zika. It's not
Mm,
it's see you at the next thing because we'll see each other again because it's a small world. And I think that's helped me cope a little bit better so that because you do make these like fast friendships and they're great and wonderful and then it's like okay, I'm gonna see you in a few years. But also Instagram is so great because if you
Hmm.
use it thoughtfully, I have had to like really tone back like how much I'm on it. But like being able to jump on, like how magical that you can jump on an app and you can look at people's stories and you get to see a snippet of what they're seeing. It's crazy. Like you get to like see their thoughts, like they're showing their thoughts to you. And it's
hmm.
like being able to jump on and just click through everybody's stories and like put the little hearts. Like I don't drink, but it's like I feel like I'm like a drunk mom who's just like love it, love it, love it, love it, like and yeah. So I think that's how I keep up with, is A, it's not goodbye, it's see you later.
Hmm.
And B, we have the internet that we can, you can email me. People email me pictures of comics all the time and I love it. And they'll be like,
Yeah.
I drew this comic after our class. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Andrew's mom always says goodbye is forever.
Aw.
And she always says see you later.
See you later. Yeah.
And I also feel like there's a certain, when you find out that like a close friend is moving or something, for instance, like
Mm-hmm.
you really
Mm-hmm.
you really start looking back at the time you have together, as well as, oh, this is like the end point at when they're leaving, and you've got to like
Mm-hmm.
take appreciation for all the time that you have left with them before they leave, where you're like, it's not going to be so immediate and so easy to go see them, and you
Mm-hmm.
almost appreciate it more. So like when you know that there's an endpoint, which you're going to be there for like a month, then you probably
Mm-hmm.
are like, well, I only have like 6 interactions with these people before I leave.
Yeah.
You really have to make it count, or
Make it count. Yeah.
it's hard to
Hey, it's Taylor, here to tell you about another great way to improve your pottery making. If you've ever wished your carving tools were just a little more flexible, Bushcraft might be worth a look. The Dragonfly system from Bushcraft lets you either grab a single handle and blade to get started, or go with the Starter Detail Kit, which comes with 3 handles and 8 blades, so you can try out a range of marks and keep multiple tools ready to go. The handle feels really natural, more like holding a pen, and everything locks in tight. And when you want to switch blades, it's quick. You don't need any extra tools. They offer a lot of blade shapes depending on how you like to carve, from fine detail work to more aggressive cuts. And the nice part is, it's not expensive to keep up with. Replacement blades are affordable, so you can actually use them as much as you want. If you want to check it out, head to bushcraft.shop and use code BKWheelTalk26 for 15% off your order. That's BUSCHKRAFT.shop and use code BKWheelTalk26. Some exclusions may apply. Okay, back to the show.
it's hard to really appreciate it when you're like, oh, my, really good friend lives 15 minutes away.
Sure.
They're like, we're leaving.
Right. Well, like
Yeah.
so for example, one of my best friends in Chicago lived, like she moved right across the block from me. And we had this great thing where we would like make pots in the yard together and like we'd hang out pretty regularly. And when I told her that I was moving, she was like rude, first of all. And her name is Natalie, and so her like starting projects,
Oh,
they were
Natalie?
ceramics. Starting projects is she makes like tiny little amazing sculptures. Natalie Smith.
Natalie Smith,
Oh,
not
I've
Natalie
met
Wagner.
her. Not Natalie
Becca, you were
Wagner.
thinking
No,
Natalie
I've met her
Wagner.
though, but I have met
yeah,
her, I think. She
yeah.
has she
Starting
works in
projects.
this yeah, she works in the same studio that Natalie Wagner works at, I think.
They
So,
started, so they both were at Penguin Foot, which is a studio in Chicago
yeah.
where I used to teach. And so I know both of those Natalies from
Yeah.
Mm.
teaching
Okay.
at Penguin Foot. And Natalie Smith, my homie, actually started out in my class, which is so funny because I always forget that. And she's like, remember when I took your class? And I'm like, no. Anyway, she makes these amazing little sculptures. She lived right across the street from me. And then when I moved, she was like rude. But I do pride myself, like I do think I'm a good long distance friend because audio messages are a thing. You can leave long ass audio messages for your buds.
Hmm.
She also, like, I like to send postcards. I like to send snail mail. And then when I see her now, it's like I'm going to Chicago and I'm sleeping in her guest room for like 3 days at a time. And it's like a big sleepover. So at first I was really scared. I was like, oh my God, like my best friends. I mean, I'm really close to the friends that I have in Chicago. And so like, leaving Natalie and my friend Lizzie, like they were my two ceramic homies. I was like, shit, but actually we call each other like at least once, like sometimes once every week, but occasionally it's like once every 3 weeks. So those connections still feel
Hmm.
the
Yeah. Whether
same.
it's just a phone call away or voicemail away
Mm-hmm.
or,
Yeah, yeah.
hmm.
You know what?
My favorite
One of my
podcast, you know?
There you go.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about traveling and doing like workshops and going to ceramics places is that you get to see the best of people too.
That's
Like
true.
I think that makes it easier to leave
Yes.
because you're
That's,
not like you're
yes.
really it's almost like a surface level connection, but the best surface level connection.
That's such a good point.
And so like you're like I just saw the best of all you people and I had such a great time and I'm gonna go and I'll see you later, but
Hmm.
like this has been
Yeah.
awesome,
Like
you
leaving on
know?
Yeah.
a high note.
It's like I'm
Yeah.
here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
I think that's what it says on the
Exactly.
back of my shirt.
No way. Oh, it does.
Oh,
That's
shut up.
so funny. Here for, yeah, that's what it says. Yeah,
That's
here for a good time.
hilarious.
It's
It's
words to
a
live by,
thank
you
you,
know?
Sula.
Sula, yeah, that's hilarious. No, but to that topic, Becca, that is such an important thought because when you are somewhere for a long time, so I was at a lot of studios in Chicago for, years, you do have like that is one of the magics of a ceramic community is like you guys are there all the time. If the students are there all the time, the members are there all the time, and you have to love the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's part of being in community and being with people. It's like it's not always sunshine and rainbows. Whereas like when you're just coming in, coming out, it's just sunshine and rainbows.
It is
And
just sunshine and
but I
rainbows.
appreciate both because I
Oh
do
yeah.
think that it's a skill that we sometimes need to improve on as a society is to be able to
Hmm.
hang out with people and when they're having a hard time or when be able to communicate like, hey, that hurt my feelings, actually love you, but like no.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's important and not like just cut people off without
Yeah,
conversation.
for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. It is. It almost creates a false sense of reality when you do be in that. Because I've done the same thing in a
Yeah.
sense, not really, but yeah, it does kind of create this like, yeah, like oh, I'm hopping from here to here to here to here, and like all is well, you know.
Hmm.
Like where's the best places to eat? Where like like and
Right.
yeah, it's all high life, and then when you finally settle, you find the low. But yeah, it's I don't think it's sustainable long term.
Mm.
Personally, I don't think it's sustainable long term. I think at some point you have to domesticate yourself
Yeah,
to
and I feel lucky that I've had Madison. because so the
Yeah.
studio that I'm a part of in Madison and again Chicago, but it's harder to park in Chicago.
Yeah.
In Madison, I have a great studio that I'm just a member at. So like I sign up for a membership and I'm like friends with the people that run the
Yeah.
space. It's called Kiln Shed. It's a great studio in Madison. And like those guys are like my homies. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like you
Yeah.
work together and like so like you can build new networks everywhere you go. And like I know that we'll be coming back here probably most warm times. So
Mhm.
for Pete's farming contract. So it's like you're right, like having somewhere that you're kind of tethered to
Yeah.
is important so that because like I
Very
was
important.
telling you, like kind of it gets fuzzy. I'm like, wait, where was that
Mhm.
cafe? Was that in what, because your memories you get kind of confused. At
Yeah.
least I do. I'm like, I
No,
don't even.
I do too.
Yeah.
I had another question. Fuck.
Hmm.
I
Ah,
have
fuck
one
it. I
if you
don't
don't
remember.
know.
Go on.
All right, I was gonna ask you about Pete. You're
Yeah,
doing this with Pete. You're traveling
yeah,
around. You're doing the teaching, the selling, the making work. Like,
yeah,
how do you think sharing it with someone
yeah.
differs and like changes that experience compared to if you were doing this on your own?
I think I could not do it without Peter, frankly, because I mean, Peter's like my best friend, not to be cliche. I mean, he's like my best friend. Like
Yeah.
we keep each other grounded, and we
Yeah.
take turns. It's like one of us will be like, ah, and the other one's like, it's okay. And the other one's like, ah, and the other one's like, it's okay. So like it goes back and forth. Like we're
You're
never both like
soulmates.
at the same time, which is
And he's a pretty chill dude from my short
yeah, so
experience
chill,
meeting
so
him
good.
at
Yeah,
ClayCon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Yeah. And I mean, same kind of. But again, when you're living this lifestyle, there are things that are not chill. Like we had a moment like when we were driving up a mountain in California that our truck was overheating. And so we had to like pull over and you have to turn on the air. If you know this trick, you like turn on the heat when it's warm out and that pulls the heat out of the engine. And then you have to have the windows open so that like blows the heat in and out the engine. So again, my dad's a mechanic. So like I was able to call my dad. He's like, this is what you do. So like having our little team of like me being like, Dad, what do I do? And Peter, like we are usually able to figure things out. But like it's gotten to the point now where like I'll book a show, like a fair, and Peter's like, okay, and then we like set up together. We don't even have to talk. Like we just like know how to set, like it goes so fast when it's the two of us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I try to return that favor as much as I can. Like I try to, like if he's chopping fruit late one night, I'm like, I'll put some fruit in for you. Or like I try to do what I can to help back. But yeah, even just having somebody, I have a little bit of ADHD, and not a little bit. I
No.
have it. I have it. It's
Say
hard.
you don't
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. So, having someone to like body double with, like knowing that I
Hmm.
have to do my taxes or I have to do spreadsheets, and then being able to like we put on a quiet piano album and we do it together, and it's peaceful, and we don't really argue that. And like if we argue, it's like to get to the bottom of something. It's never. So it's just like we have a really good friendship, and I think that without him, like if he was like in Chicago and I was doing this by myself, I would just miss him so much. I would be unable
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah.
So
Andrew's playing a game right here. I'm totally understand.
yeah,
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 he's yeah.
right there. Yeah,
We body double every day.
yeah. It's not
Ryan doesn't
codependency, it's
Ryan
body
doesn't need that.
doubling.
Ryan doesn't need that, but I do.
I need
Well, I
it.
don't know. Sometimes like sometimes I get Rachel's at the house. Like she was,
Yeah,
for a number of years she was a flight attendant, so she would go out and she would work for
yeah.
the day and then come back like 8 hours later, or 10 hours later. And
Hmm.
it's like just I work in the basement, so like just hearing the footsteps, I'm like, oh, is she gonna come? Sometimes I'm like, is she gonna come down here and interrupt me? And is it gonna be annoying? But sometimes I'm like, oh, is she gonna come down and see? It's
And
like
come
the
see me.
knowing that
Yeah.
she's like around and I can go up there
Hmm.
and talk with her for a few minutes, or like love on the cats for a few minutes or whatever. It's kind of nice
Hmm.
to just have that option versus like she's been going over to the new house and like working on the Airbnb most
Yeah,
days, and it's like she's
yeah,
gone all day,
yeah,
and I'm like, what time is she gonna be back? And I like you don't think about it until you're like, oh, that's not my day to day. Like you miss them once
Uh-huh.
you're not
Mm-hmm.
like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally. Well, and Peter, like, there was a little bit of an adjustment where it was a bit scary after we got married, and he was like, "Well, I could like glaze, like, so like I make these little wet floor signs," and he's like, "Well, I could like glaze those clear for you," because like it's dipping them in, and I was like, because this is like, oh my God, this is like my thing that is like, but now I don't feel that anymore. It's like, thank you,
Hmm.
thanks. And then again, I can happily throw fruit in the mixer or like stomp on your grapes or whatever, which, yeah, it just goes both ways.
And then
And
not
like,
going
Yeah.
too far of like, I give you a list of tasks. Can you get these done? And then you're like,
no,
oh, you can't get that done. Like I expected you to do that.
no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
No. But he did do a market for me when I was in Maine. He just did it by himself.
Oh, wow.
Aw.
Yeah,
That's nice.
he did.
I have a question. I
Yeah.
remembered my question, but
What's
it's
your
not
question?
related to pottery.
Okay.
Have you, because you're like in Madison, Wisconsin right now, have
Hmm.
you been to that, oh, why did I just forget the name? Have you been to that, the Frank Lloyd Wright place that Andrew lives right next to?
The Taliesin,
Yeah, that
Taliesin.
one. That's the
No,
one. You need to go. Okay, that's it.
yeah, I haven't.
What is it?
Frank
Is it a
Lloyd Wright,
house or is
it's his
it?
house. It's one of his houses
Listen,
because he had
li
multiple houses.
listen, just tell Andrew, say, Becca says you have a little spot that I can park my van or your trailer right behind your house, and we're gonna go there. We're gonna pay $80 for the tour. You're gonna do the tour and get snacks, and then, yep, I haven't done the tour, but Andrew like took me around. It is so
It's
fucking cool.
it's cool up there because that's like Mineral Point area, right? Isn't it in the
Uh,
Driftless? It's in the Driftless.
yeah, it's like west of Madison,
Yes.
right?
So the Driftless is where the glaciers mist. So there's lots of hills. It's
Yeah.
very beautiful. That's where we got married. It's where Adama is.
Okay.
But I spent a lot
Yeah.
of time out there. But like Frank Lloyd Wright is like, if you go to UW-Madison, like Frank Lloyd Wright, everyone's like, Frank is the guy, like Frank is the dude. And so you get a little sick of hearing about him just because like he was also kind of a jerk. Like, do
He
you know,
was kind
like,
of a jerk.
yeah, he was a huge jerk.
Yeah,
And
he was a jerk.
there's like some artists who are jerks that I can like look past it. Unfortunately, like I feel like that, like, so I listened to a whole podcast about Roald Dahl and like
Mm.
how Roald Dahl was like kind of a jerk. Like he said some pretty problematic things. But like you like and the whole podcast was exploring that. But like when it comes to Frank, I'm just kind of like, I don't know. It
Yeah,
just puts me
I
off.
don't really,
I don't know.
yeah, for a lot of people can like look past who the person is, and a lot of people can't. I'm
Yeah.
one of those people that can look past the person when it comes to certain things, and
Yeah.
when large buildings are concerned,
And
that is when,
Taliesin is like, you're like,
yeah,
I can do it. It
I
ripped.
can do it. But yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
I will go. If I go, I will text you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah, appreciate
I
it.
will.
I was
I
so
will.
sad that I couldn't like go to a tour. But
Okay.
looking at it from the outside was just wonderful as well.
Yeah. I mean, because it's got that like beautiful prairie
Hmm.
architecture. Yeah. There's a Frank Lloyd Wright's house in Rockford actually
Yeah.
as
I
well.
don't think all of his houses are amazing, to be
Yeah,
fair.
but some of
I
them are
think his
pretty
like
cool.
original house,
Mhm.
I did the tour at his original house and I was like,
You're
this
like
is really
underwhelming.
dumb.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is
You're
fucking
like,
dumb.
the second one's
Mm,
better."
the houses in the neighborhood were way better than his house.
Yeah.
But
You're like, it refined it in time. He refined his
yeah,
practice. Yeah.
yeah.
That's really
But
funny.
it
Okay,
is,
side
yeah,
note, did
very
you ever
cool.
go to House on the Rock?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty shitty at like I'm the type of person that'll just go to a neighborhood that I know has some really cool mid-century
Yeah.
houses in it and just walk around.
Yeah.
So like there was like this tiny, tiny cul-de-sac in Pasadena that had like six mid-century ramblers,
Okay.
and I used to like go and like find it like
Check
yeah,
it
I'm that
out.
type of person. I don't really
Yeah.
care who designed it. I just care what it looks like.
Looks like. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that's probably the most authentic way
Yeah.
to come to architecture anyway. It's probably the best
Yeah.
way to experience it.
Like when I drove through Palm Springs and it was like the best day of my life, but I could only stay there for like an hour and a half, but I like
Mm-hmm.
just drove around the city, you know.
Oh, there's so much
Yeah.
to see. Rachel loves that place.
I've only been there with that one time, but yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Have there been some like unexpected places that kind of you went in with low expectations and you're like pleasantly surprised?
Texas. No
Texas? Okay.
offense,
Texas.
Texas, but that was absolutely how I felt.
Hmm.
Um,
Or
Idaho.
Idaho?
Idaho.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like Idaho? I'm like, what is
Like
like,
big city like
you
Boise or
I don't
just
know. We just
anywhere?
drove through the top and it was like mountains and it
Yep.
was like bald eagles just like
Yep.
flying.
Well,
Yeah, it was
Montana, Idaho, Washington,
yes,
that
yes,
section right where Spokane is
yes.
beautiful and very
Beautiful.
underrated.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
That was where we drove. So
That's where my brother
that was the
lives.
route we
Yeah.
took. We went
Mm.
to Spokane.
And that's where
And
NCECA is going to be in a couple
that's what
years.
that is. And when I saw that, I was so excited because it's beautiful.
It
Mm.
is.
That's great.
So beautiful. I was like, we took our cat, Lewis, on a walk there, and he like was going up this like really steep rock, and he was like a little cougar, and it was so cute. It was like one of his first major outings, and he was like up the rock, like yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, that's it's
Cute.
fun to watch them, experience like a little mountain.
Mm.
He's like from Rockford, so you know, we both got out. Yeah,
Love it.
it's good.
Yeah, are there areas that is like on your bucket list that like you're still looking forward to going to that you haven't yet?
Yeah, yeah. North Carolina is actually definitely one of them.
Expect a
Just
lot of brown pots.
oh, great! I love it. I'm here for the brown pots. I love the
Brown.
brown pots.
Brown,
They're
brown, brown.
yeah, brown, brown, brown. We love. But North Carolina, I mean specifically like the pottery folks who are all there. It'd be super fun to check that out. Um, I want to get Peter to Maine. Like Peter's been to Acadia when he was a kid because like his dad hiked the Appalachian Trail. So like they hiked the end of it and he got to see it. But like I really want to get him to Maine at some point. I want to, I'd love to spend some time in like Key West in
Mm.
Florida.
Mm.
That would be wonderful. Georgia, I'd love to go to Georgia. We have
Mm.
family.
We love Savannah. We've been to
Yeah.
Savannah a number of times. I love the
Oh my gosh.
Spanish
Well, I have a
moss
good
and the
studio in Savannah. I
squares
Oh,
and all
also,
good.
that.
yeah,
Okay.
I have a good studio in Savannah, in Charleston,
Nice.
and in Birmingham, Alabama. So just let me
Well,
know, by the
yes,
way.
that would be amazing. If you think to send them my
Hmm.
way, I would love that. And then also more time in New Orleans, because like we were in New Orleans for
Mm.
like a moment. And it was wonderful. It was February and it was oppressively hot in February. So I think it's
Oh,
a
really?
winter time as
Wow.
hot. Yeah, because it's like thick heat.
Yeah, we've
And
only
then
been there for like
Humid.
New Year's
okay,
before.
was it
It was
comfy?
rainy that weekend, so
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
like I didn't really get the full experience, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'd love to get, yeah, in those places. I
Okay.
also realized that I definitely do get the seasonal sads, like when I'm in Chicago or like in the Midwest,
Mm.
because it was January and we were all in Utah, and I was like, oh,
Yeah. Sunshine, beautiful,
yeah.
mountains.
I was like, wow, life is good.
It's
And
not
then
gray.
yeah, yeah. And I realized, like, oh, no, it is, yeah, winter is hard for,
But do you appreciate the seasons being from the Midwest where you're like you look forward to the summers and stuff because it's
that's
not
a nice
gray?
way to look at it, but no, I think I frankly was very happy to have summer all year round. So I appreciate the optimism, but if I'm being totally honest with you, no.
I feel like some people that are in like California where it's like beautiful all the time, they don't
Yeah,
appreciate what they got because they got it all every day. Then
sure,
it's like,
maybe. Yeah.
oh, okay, you got the seasons. Like you're actually looking forward to like going out in the spring and
Yeah,
blooming and all that stuff.
I don't know, because when I was in LA, a bunch of people were like, "Oh, you're from Chicago, like where there's winter?" Ugh. But I
People
think they
here,
appreciate what they've got.
people here do not understand that there's like warm in the north. They're like, the north, I would never. I'm like, you do realize it's 100 degrees in Indianapolis in the summer.
Yes,
Like,
right,
come on.
right. Like half the year is
You know,
phenomenal. And like winter isn't so bad. It's honestly, it's just like that
Mm-mm.
January through March time that,
mm. I
yeah,
see some videos from Tara and Matt up in Vermont, Pitch Pine, and
yeah,
their winter is so long. It goes to like May and it's like
yeah,
snowy. I'm like, oh my gosh,
yeah,
that lake is still not melted yet? It's like
Right.
May. Come on.
Right. And like I would love to live in Minneapolis. Like we love Minneapolis, but like I just don't know
The winter. Gotta
the
get through the
winter.
winter.
Although it is nice that you can snowshoe and like do winter activities.
Yeah.
You know, like there's lakes and trees and forests that you can go wander around in, and like
Mhm.
maybe that makes it better. I did also find out about like Under Armour later in life. Like when I lived in Madison, I just used to wear two pairs of pants in college to bike around. And like, and then my mother-in-law was like, "Have you tried Under Armour?" And I was like,
Yeah,
"Girl,
the
no, what?"
technology these days
Yeah.
with Under Armour.
Yeah. But like a heated, I don't know, a heated outfit or something. And I'm sure there's ways around it, but yeah, it really
Cool.
helped solidify when we left for the winter. I was like, "Oh, this is better."
My mind has changed many times whether I like winter or summer better.
Mm,
And it all happened while I was living in a van. So,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Did you
Yeah, I would
leave?
imagine
Did
it's
you?
hard to be like starfishing it in the middle of the summer or the early spring, and you're like, oh,
I
I
love
can't wait for the
winter.
winter.
Yeah.
No, I'll take summer over winter any day of the week.
Okay, you will. Okay. Were you
Now,
where it was cold with the van? Did you?
you know that St. George, it got down to 20 degrees?
Oh,
Yeah.
What about Denver? I mean, you were in like
During
Denver at your
ClayCon
parents'
West.
house during the
yeah,
winter, right?
I would never be in Denver. It was -9. Yeah. Everything froze.
yeah.
Everything. Batteries don't work once they get below a certain
Right,
temperature. So,
right.
yeah.
Oh
I
my
once went
gosh.
grocery shopping at 6 in the morning because it was so fucking cold in St. George.
Yikes. That's good to know because we got really lucky when we were
Yeah.
there. It was
Yeah.
warm.
My last year during ClayCon West, it was 25 degrees every night. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was cold as fuck.
yeah. And in the van, I imagine that was really hard.
Yeah. It's okay though. You
It's
can turn it
okay.
on.
You can turn it on. True.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
our heat is, we have like an insulated floor to like help prevent our
Yeah.
pipes freezing. And then we also have like a pretty good heating system and space heaters and stuff. So
Yeah.
when it got bad, when it was cold, we were comfortable. Like but again, if it's like consistently under 32, then we have to be like thoughtful about antifreeze in the pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, which happened in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. We're about wrapping up here.
yeah.
7:45, Becca. We're
We
right
did
at
it.
it.
We made it.
Good
We
timing.
did it.
This was great.
Hooray.
Yeah, this
I
was
didn't have
great.
to leave before we ended.
That's great.
Yay.
Yay.
Well,
Thank you
good. Well,
so
thanks
much
for
for
having me, you
Yeah,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks,
thanks for
Laura. I look
coming.
forward. Are you applying for a ClayCon West talk again? Are you going to
I
ClayCon West?
did.
You asked about it, but
I did. Yeah, I submitted a talk. Yeah.
are you
Mhm.
doing not the
Sweet.
pinching clay, but the next one?
I'm
Or
hoping to cartoon.
cartooning clay? Okay.
Yes, if they'll have me. Yeah, cartooning on clay.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yes. So
Nice.
people bring their sketchbooks because we'll be drawing.
Ooh, nice.
Sweet.
I like that it's a longer time too. You got 90 minutes if you're doing
Yeah,
the like mini presentations,
mini
what they call it,
presentation.
but
Yeah,
it's still
totally.
like you've got plenty of room
Oh yeah.
to talk and back and forth, answer questions, all that good stuff. It's
Oh
not
yeah.
rushed.
It's great.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Yay. Well, thanks you guys.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Guys, good luck
Where
with
do
the
you want to
rest.
send people, whether it's Instagram, website,
Yeah.
workshops?
Yeah. So my Instagram is Laura Williams Studio. And my website is the same. It's laurawilliamsstudio.com. And all of my workshops are always listed on my website. If
Perfect.
there's a studio that you're like, you should come here, always love an email, and you can email me right from my website. Or if you own a studio and you're like, hey, we need a workshop, that would be super fun because we're building out the second half of the year now. And if you're looking to take a workshop, they'll be uploaded there as they are confirmed.
Nice. Okay.
Cool. Yay.
That's great.
Yay! Yeah, thanks you guys. This was
Well,
fun.
Laura, thanks for joining us. It was a good time. And
Yes.
I look
Yes.
forward to seeing you at ClayCon and probably in Sika again in Baltimore. And
Yes.
it was a definitely love the connection for the pop-up. Thank you for
Oh,
inviting me to be in that
thanks for being part of the pop-up.
at Detroit. So fair amount of color. That was great. We didn't talk about that, but that's another way that we got connected. So it was
And that's
very
happening
appreciated.
again this year. A fair amount of color happens
Yeah.
every year at Antica. It's a little pop-up that we all do.
Yeah, it was great.
It's fun.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Thanks,
y'all.
Laura. Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll catch you
Yeah.
next time.
Catch you next
Bye.
time.
All right. Bye.
Hey, all. Thank you for listening to the show. And we also want to thank Lindy and Ashley for all their help with everything that they've done over the years for Whale Talk. They are our Instagram heroes, and they answer all your questions and then send them to us if we need to. And we also want to thank you for listening and also participating. If you want to support our show, the best way to do that is to send us questions and to review us on whichever platform you are. So we haven't had very many reviews so far. I mean, you can even leave us a bad review. We'll make fun of you, but you can. And sending us questions always helps us with every episode that we do so that we can make it the best that we can. I hope you enjoyed the episode today, and I hope you enjoy this season.